Well, well, well. My, how the tables have turned quite significantly in the Dolphins' favor after today. We went through 2 weeks of, man, we're not really getting much help. We're winning, but we're not getting much help, to we got all the help in the world, including, if y'all remember, who were Reason's top 5 quarterbacks in this draft class. Mac Jones was not in it for me. Remember, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Davis Mills, baby, was my QB5. And boy, oh boy, did he show up today. San Diego Charger fans, where are you at? All you Herbert lovers and Tua haters, real quiet out on these streets right now. I mean, whoo! Not even the mouse is making a peep over there. Let's go, baby. That's a little Christmas reference. I actually don't have a mouse rolling through right now. But boy, oh boy. By the way, Joe Burrow today was absolutely ridiculous. Justin Jefferson is for sure, obviously, the best wide receiver out of the 2020 draft. But T. Higgins is a monster, and he is the best receiver on the Cincinnati Bengals. I wanted to add that too. Congrats to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, because what a turnaround they've gone through too. But all I'm saying is this. Tomorrow, we walk in, and all of you that hated Tua, all of you that doubted Tua, he gonna need to come out with a W for y'all, ain't he? Because if he come out with a W, we're the 7th seed. My, how the tables have turned. Some of y'all went from hating and doubting to now you're relying on Tua Tagovailoa to bring us our first playoff berth, to complement the defense, because the defense ain't going to get it done on these next 3 matchups. The offense is going to need to contribute, especially in the last 2 weeks. Against Tennessee and New England, we're going to have to get offensive output. Defense ain't going to be able to carry us for the next 3 games. Just saying. But come on down. Don't worry. The man with the number 1 completion percentage heading into this weekend in the NFL will take care of you. The man who, even when he has the worst game of his career, still leads game-winning drives. Don't worry. He'll be there for you. Primetime Tua. The same man who took over the second half along with the defense against the Baltimore Ravens. Don't worry, he'll be there for you. You can count on Tua. The man who's going to carry us to the promised land. And boy, oh boy, I only asked for Christmas. I said I just want to come out 8-7, and I want Tua to be a main contributor if we win on Monday night. But part of me really wants us to win out just to see the backpedaling. I mean, I know they'll be backpedaling on Tuesday morning if we win tomorrow night and Tua's a major contributor. I know they'll be backpedaling. But I just kind of don't. Yes, a big part of me wants the playoffs because I'm a Dolphin fan first. But there's a little part of me that just, I hope Tua contributes over the next 3 games. And I can't wait to hear what the narratives are. Tingles. Shivers up my spine at the absolute thought of it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the stage is set. And you cannot ask for a more perfect scenario than what has not only been handed to Tua Tagovailoa, but also the entire Miami Dolphins organization. I saw people today saying, if we come out of this and we make the playoffs and we run the table, does that mean Brian Flores should be coach of the year? Hell to the no. Brian Flores is one of the main contributors early on in the season as to why we're 1-7. He got out-coached by Urban Meyer. Okay? Atlanta game. Bad coaching in the last few minutes in the Atlanta game. If we had won those 2 games, we would be sitting at 9-5 right now, heading into Monday night with the AFC East title in our grasp. So no, he's not coach of the year because the players are having to dig him out of the hole. Now, Brian Flores deserves a ton of credit. I said after the Atlanta game, I believe it was the Atlanta. I think it was after the Atlanta game. Yeah, it was after the Atlanta game. I said, this man needs to take the play calling out of Josh Boyer's hand. If Josh Boyer's calling the plays, it needs to go down. And sure enough, all of a sudden we go into the cover 0. Now I know Flores has told people publicly, oh, I didn't take the play calling away from Boyer. I don't buy you for a minute, 110%. You must have taken it away because it's been a total transformation. Even when we played zone against the New York Giants, we looked better playing zone against the New York Giants than we had all year. And that was because the confidence built up from running that cover 0 in the hybrid defense. And, now you look at it and, he deserves a ton of credit for the defensive turnaround. No two ways about it. But I've gone over the numbers. I've shown all of you multiple times. If you go look at this team prior to Tua Tagovailoa coming back to where we are, we had the 29th passing offense before Tua returned. Okay? Tua has brought us up to the 16th best passing offense in the NFL. Third down, we were 26th or 27th on third down. We're now the 9th best third down offense in the NFL. There's literally offensive team statistics that correlate to Tua's return. Now, we're going to have to continue on that trend. The job is not done for Tua Tagovailoa by any stretch of the imagination. And I said this to someone earlier today, Devontae Parker, you've only had this chance once before. Okay, you need to lock it down. Xavier Howard, you've had this chance once before. You need to lock it down. Waddle, you're a rookie. You should be hungry to get in the playoffs right away in your first year. Lock it down. Philip Duke Johnson, this is your hometown team. This is the team you grew up cheering for. Lock it down. Okay, we as crazy as this sounds about what I'm going to say, because it got us in this position, our 6-game winning streak means nothing right now. Now, we need a 3-game winning streak. Don't focus on 9 games in a row. Get that number out of your head. 3-game winning streak right now. That's what we need right now, a 3-game winning streak. Talk to me about 9 and all that if we get the 3 done. But right now, it's a 3-game winning streak. Look at it that way. We are back at 0-0. We need to start off the season 3-0. That's the way to look at it. Let's go. And I don't know if y'all saw Mac Jones today. I don't know if you saw Mac Jones today, but no one can tell me Mac Jones is Offensive Rookie of the Year. No one. You're going to tell me he deserves it over Rashawn Slater? Are you crazy? You're going to tell me, I'm foot in my mouth, you're going to tell me he deserves it over Jamar Chase? You're crazy. You're going to tell me he deserves it over Jalen Waddle, who we all know is going to break the rookie reception record? You're crazy. I think actually Jalen Waddle, if you're going for Rashawn Slater should probably win it. But because Panay's been coming on, Panay Sewell's been fantastic the last 4 or 5 weeks. He's been one of the highest graded offensive linemen in the NFL. Ever since he got into it with Aaron Donald, he's been letting people know what time it is. But it's too late. Rashawn's been solid all year. So, but they'll never give it to offensive linemen. I honestly think if you're going to go non-offensive lineman, if Jalen Waddle breaks the rookie reception record, if you look at Jamar Chase, and if you look at Jamar Chase, if you look at Jalen Waddle and Mac Jones, Jalen Waddle's the only one that has a shot at breaking any kind of record. Like, it's, to me, if like, even Pitts has a chance, because I think Pitts still has to catch up Mike Ditka for the most receiving yards in 1 year, in a rookie year. But I honestly think, like, those guys, like, if Pitts breaks the tight end receiving record, he has a better stake to the claim than Mac Jones. If Jalen Waddle breaks the single season rookie reception record, I think he has a bigger stake to that than Mac Jones. Jamar Chase had a pretty good day today, but T. Higgins went off. But Jamar Chase had a pretty good day today, but that's because also Burrow threw 525. I would hope you had to have a good day. But he finally bounced back. He's been really silent for like the last 4 or 5 weeks. Like, I think these guys have better stakes to that offensive rookie of the year than Mac Jones. I think it's actually kind of bullshit, to be honest with you. Especially if, I said this to someone. Listen, you can lump 2 in this: Herbert, Burrow, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. They'll throw like 40 times a game, the Chargers, or like 30, 35 times a game, Burrow and Bengals, the Chargers this year, Tua last year, and Tua now over the last 2 weeks. They've been in a playoff hunt. Like, they've been, because I said every game Tua's been back for has been a playoff game because they haven't been able to lose one. But the last couple of weeks has really started to become a talking point, when we got to 5-7. And then 6-7, then headed into the bye, right? Really started. But anyways, my point is, even when those teams are in playoff hunts, they'll still ask these guys to throw like 30, 35, 40 times a game, right? Patriots in a playoff hunt, snow out there. They ask Mac Jones to throw 3 times. Tell me who doesn't trust their quarterback. That tells you right there. Belichick and McDaniels are telling you, we don't trust this guy. The Dolphins could never ask Tua to throw 3. As much as some of these people don't want to admit it out there, the Dolphins could never ask Tua to throw the ball 3 times and hope to win. I mean, they just can't. Sorry. Like that. We're not built like that. We don't have an offensive line and a run game that can complement our defense. We just don't. So it's kind of crazy, man. Like, another reason why I kind of want the Patriots to lose out, minus the fact we all hate them, that Mac Jones talk needs to go away. That guy is not rookie of the year. In what world is that guy rookie of the year? Give me a break. I am sorry. You're not selling me on that one. Mac Jones. I saw someone, a Bills fan today, said, you're welcome, NFL. We've now showed you Mac Jones' ceiling. Oh my God. I don't think, I don't see a game changer. All the overhype, not happening. Good on it. Just a fantastic, fantastic offensive line. Like, what else can you say? A fantastic offensive line. Second best defense in the NFL. So, and it was one of the most reliable run games in the NFL as well. So, yeah, I don't see it. But yo, I'm gonna open it up to you guys. But before I do, we already got 260 people in the room. Smash that like button. Yeah, Najee Harris, no way rookie of the year. I will go Kyle Pitts, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, but the guy that should win it is Rashawn Slater. And this is from a guy who's a Penei Sewell guy. Penei's been a top 10 offensive lineman in the NFL, but only for like the last 5-6 weeks. Rashawn Slater has been at least at top 15 all season. He's been fantastic. Hammer says, hope the Pats don't make it into the playoffs. So do I. Oh, there was a donation earlier I feel I missed. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was from G Firm 456. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, shout out to G Firm. He says, our prayers have been answered. The football gods have spoken. Let there be Dolphins. Love it, bro. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus on this glorious Sunday. Where are you at, Ian? Okay, so before I do open it up to you guys, though, let's go over a few things. let's go over. Your boy compiled a list of all the Saints players on COVID right now because they added some more players today. And then I want to show you some playoff stuff. So, Tommy, $5. Reason when you go meet Tua, tell him to see Tom House. Bro, I'm already on top of it. I messaged Nick Hicks yesterday. We talked on Christmas, and I was just telling him much appreciate him. But when I get down there, you best believe. Shout out to Irving for the $1.49. I've already had that thought, Tommy. I like where you're at because I've already had that thought, and it's already been like, yeah, how do you bring that up? That's what I'm gonna. I want to roll it by Nick first, and then bring it up to Tua. If Nick wants to take credit for it, and Tua does it, so freaking be it. All I want is the best for our team. All I want is the best for our team. I don't care who gets the credit for it, man. Because Tom House fixed those mechanics up, and Tua gonna be lighting every team up like it's a Christmas tree. All right. Thanks, Irving. The wife copped it for Christmas for me, and I actually got I think you guys call it a beanie, but out here we call it a toque. I got like a toque with the same color scheme going on. I think it's pretty fire. And then yeah, quick I got a Tua time shirt. I got a bunch of Dolphins like shirts and stuff. I really wanted a white Waddle throwback or a white Holland throwback. So the wife's got the IOU Christmas gift whenever the white Waddle throwback or even the white Waddle or the white Holland. I want the Vapor. I don't want the a screen press. I want the Vapor. So whenever those come out, she'll cop me that from her. And apparently they won't tell me, but apparently some Dolphins gift is on its way because I sent my wife to get I wanted my white throwback Tua from the Waddle from the wife, and I wanted the white Holland from my mother. They asked me, and I'm like, "Yo, these are the only things I really wanted this year." I'm like, I don't know what I want, you know what I mean? And so, basically, what happened is apparently whatever my mother got me is Dolphins related, and it's on its way. And it's supposed to be here this week. So there's some delay, obviously COVID and stuff like that. And it's not a jersey, so I have no idea what it is. So the only other thing I said I wanted is an autograph to a rookie card, but there ain't no way they're dropping the cash on that. Jeremiah, is it the screen Waddle throwback or is it the Vapor? Let me know um because the only ones they have available for Holland and Waddle were screens. And I've been looking for the past couple months. And like I've been watching NFL Shop since like October, and I haven't seen. All I've seen is the green Vapor, the aqua Vapor Waddle. I haven't seen the white throwback or the aqua throwback Vapor Waddle, and I have not seen. I've only seen the screen Holland. I have not seen a Vapor Holland. So no, Mauricio, we're not wearing white throwbacks. We're wearing our white on white tomorrow. We're wearing our white on white tomorrow. I think they said we're wearing Tom Garfunkel. Garfinkel on Twitter said that the Dolphins are going to be wearing the throwbacks on the Patriots game. Yeah, Caddyshack. I call it a toque up here, but I know a lot of Americans call toques beanies. So I was just trying to, you know what I mean? Yes, I did see that Storm Warrior. The canvases are dope. Yo, use my code, man. Irving is dead on with what he said. Irving is dead on with what he just said. I might do a story time one day and tell y'all what happened, but a lot of people already know what the deal is. And Irving's right again. Look at Irving coming with the fire right now. Irving come with the heat. Irving coming with the heat. And I got, that guy's he's a clown, bro. Clown with a K. Um Yo, Drew Boot, Waddle is going to be ripping it on turf tomorrow. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. Yeah, Jeremiah, I can bury that guy if I want to. Man, y'all ever want? I know y'all always love story time with Reason, and I'm going to give y'all that story time one day. I'm going to give you that story time one day. You already know what time it is. Barry, okay. You know what? Let's just do story time right now. Let's do story time right now. I'm going to tell y'all right now. It's quick story time. Without me swearing, without me doing any of that stuff. Because I see people asking what happened. All right. We'll just do quick story time. Story time with Reason before we get into everything. So basically, if you remember, there were a few trying to cancel me. Rafael Lopez says 245. What's the realistic ceiling if the Dolphins make the playoffs? I think they could win a game. All right, so quickly, story time though. I think they could win a game though. I think they could definitely win a game, Rafael. When those select few were trying to cancel me back at the start of October over that clip with Logan and stuff, from one of my old shows like 8 months ago or whatever, he basically, I don't want to drop his name, but the idiot we're talking about says he got a call at 10 p.m. that night from one of his bosses at the outlets he works at. Now, remember, it's only Fanatic or Dolphins Digest, right? Telling him to fall back off me because someone at the Dolphins told them I'm basically in bad standing with the team and toxic. So then I talked to the owner of a website that hosts my podcast. And he actually writes for the Miami Dolphins. So he gets a paycheck from the Miami Dolphins. And basically he writes, if you go to the MiamiDolphins.com, he writes the Daily Blitz. So if you see the Daily Blitz, he writes that. And he said basically, this idiot is either lying to me or whoever told him they talked to someone at the Dolphins, which I think it's Brian Miller from Fanatic, is lying because no one from the Dolphins has talked to him or told him to drop me. So basically what he's saying is, listen, I host your podcast with Richmond Webb. No one from the Dolphins has come and approached me about it, and they actually give me a paycheck. He's like, why do they care about Fanatic or Dolphins Digest? They're not connected to the team. So he basically said, either the idiot this whole story is about is lying to you, or the person who told them to fall back is lying to you. So Richmond Webb, the guy's also a Dolphins alumni. Like, the guy's connected to the team. No one from the Dolphins hit Richmond Webb up at it either. So, this idiot told me, oh, don't tell anyone because it might me lose my job. So I'm letting y'all know what really went down. So I know Brian Miller is friends with, if you guys remember, Jason Sarney. And Fanatic unfollowed me too after that clip went around when they tried to cancel me. So that's why I've deduced probably told this idiot we're talking about, because Sarney probably got in their ear. And basically what happened was this idiot we're talking about fell back. He didn't interact with me, DM me, or text me. And when I used to call this guy, if he missed my call, he'd call me 2 seconds later. If I texted him, he'd text me 2 seconds later. So he fell back. I gave him a month because he said, oh, let me talk to the guys who told me to fall back. And if they say we're good, then you know what? I'll come back around and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. So I gave him a month. I didn't hear from him for a month. So all I did was just unfollow him on Twitter, silently fell back. And then last Sunday against the Jets game, I tweeted out that if that Hunter Long and Robert Hunt hold doesn't happen and negate that Duke Johnson run, then Tua doesn't throw that interception. He attacked my take, so I dragged the guy pretty hard. And I'm the only reason anyone in this community even knows him or is relevant. He got kicked out of the Eagles community because he was too toxic. People were sending, like, basically this guy was getting death threats and people finding out where he lived and stuff like that because of how toxic he was and how bad of a person he is. So that's just what the facts are. I mean, the guy's an idiot. So anyways, I saw Brian Miller. He took a picture with Jason Sarney, and going back to the person who works for the Miami Dolphins that told me all this is bull crap. He was hit up by two people to drop me, and it was not from the Miami Dolphins. Jason Sarney hit up DolphinsTalk.com. He tried to get them to drop the finish line, and if y'all remember, Juan from Five Reason, the guy I beefed with a couple months ago, he hit them up and tried to get them to drop me. So no one from the Dolphins came. It's people who I've dragged and humiliated tried to come out there and get them to drop me. So that's why it's all connected. I could see if Sarney's friends with Byron Miller at Fanatic, he definitely probably hit him up, got in his ear. Then they started talking down to said idiot that this is all about. That guy said whatever he said, or said idiot straight up lied about it. Either way, I put the guy on. No loyalty. You know what? When the grass is cut, the snakes will show. So, man, I'm a mongoose to snakes, man. I tear them apart. I rip their heads off. I don't play around. Y'all think it's sweet out here. It ain't sweet, man. I don't play that. So, and I told Clump, because he texted me or whatever, and getting on some shit. And I told him, I said, man, it is what it is, man. When I see you at training camp, when I see you at a game, we're gonna find out what time it is. Everyone's real tough when they got a keyboard or a phone in front of them, but we gonna see who's who. Real talk, man. I don't play that, man. So, I'm telling you, I don't take that lip from people I love. I'm not going to take that lip from people I don't like. So that's just what it is, man. So that guy is a clown. He will never be around. His articles are trash. His opinions are trash. His takes are trash. Is what it is. Okay. So back. That's story time with reason. All right. Y'all asked, y'all got, y'all received. All right. Randy, I don't need 5 minutes, bro. You give me one or two with that guy and bring the stretcher in, okay? I don't need 5 minutes, bro. Give me one or two and bring the stretcher out, all right? Real talk. I ain't playing. So, um it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Um, it is what it is. Don't let it be what it ain't. All right? So, we crushing them out here. We crushing them. All right. So, let's get into some stuff here. Let's start off with guys. It is 21 players. It is 21 players. Yo, Jeremiah, that's why I stayed off Twitter. It's so toxic. Here's the thing. I don't go looking for stuff. I stay in my own lane. But if you're going to start with something with me, what do you think I'm going to let you get over on me? What do you think that this is? Like I stay in my own lane. I do my own thing. I tweet my own thing to the people that appreciate me and follow me. All right. I'm not here for other people's shitty takes or shitty opinions. Okay. Remember, that's the same dude that tweeted out that drafting Jalen Waddle at 6 would be a mistake and a bad move by the Miami Dolphins. How's that looking right now? That's the guy who said Devontae Smith should be picked over Jalen Waddle. How's that looking right now? Are you crazy? Like, give me a break. Give me a break. All right. So, I argued with, even when we were on good terms, I argued with him and his clown buddy, Jay Smart, not so smart guy on Twitter. They were ripping on the wall, and not so smart guy's a fucking Bama fan. And they were saying, oh, taking Jalen Waddle, such a small sample size. I'm like, bro, you watch tape, you evaluate. And then every kid from college is a projection. No one's a finished product. Welcome to Evaluation 101. Okay? All right? This guy wanted us to take Travis Etienne as a running back, okay? Are you crazy with me right now? How does that was running back one? That's what I know, you don't watch tape or know how to watch tape. Get out of here. And then on top of all that, you want something even better? He's putting out draft articles telling all y'all who the Dolphins should draft, yet he's asking me for access to my all 22 collegiate archive because he doesn't have that. Another YouTube highlight watcher trying to tell y'all he's a draft guru. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I kept those in my chest, but I ain't holding your secrets in, bro. You live with them. Come on, man. out here watching YouTube highlights and whatever you can download for YouTube and trying to evaluate players on that. Are you crazy with me right now? No thanks. Pass. Good God Almighty. All right, and then and then those people had the audacity to tell you, some of you guys, you don't know what you're talking about. Really? Really? Stop. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. All right? Frauds, phonies, fakes, fraudulence. Stop. I'm not your brother's keeper anymore. I'm not gonna hold your secrets in, bro. Just like same guy on Twitter. He gets audited by people because he's so toxic. There's always someone attacking him. People audit him, find out he bought followers. He's like, oh, re-audited. I didn't buy followers. The day he calls me to tell me that bullshit spiel, he bought 1,000 followers, and he tells me, oh, someone bought me 1,000 followers as a gag because he couldn't get past 3,900 because no one wanted to follow him, so he had to get to 5,000. It was absolutely hilarious. And then he tried to tell me, well, someone bought them for me. Yeah, okay, someone bought you. Why would someone? First of all, I didn't know you could buy followers. Second of all, why is someone spending that kind of money on you? Stop with the lies. Oh my God. I just can't take people that lie to all of y'all. Shit. Whew. Whew. Sorry. Wouldn't be me. I'm right down the middle, man. I tell it like it is. All right. So, guys, let's go over these few things that I want to open up here from you guys. Story time for Reason has concluded. I've aired out the grievances. Happy Festivus. The airing of grievances is over. Happy Festivus for the rest of us. Let's get in. It's crazy out here. The New Orleans Saints, people. The New Orleans Saints, it is not good for them. Guys, they have 21 players on the COVID list right now. 21 players. Look at this. Demario Davis, Quan Alexander. Look at this. Like, look at this. Ramchuk's on it as well. Like, whew. You look at those names. Malcolm Jenkins is a big one as well. Malcolm Jenkins, obviously, they're starting safety. Mills is also Ramchuk's backup. That's what's crazy. But so people are asking, well, how many players do they have? So this is how it works. Right now, they have 36 players on the active roster, and they have 13 on the practice squad. Now, usually teams dress about 47 or 48, depending on how many linemen they activate. If they activate 8, then they're going to have 48. So right now, if you include their active roster, which is 36, and their 13 practice squad players, the New Orleans Saints currently have 49 players available to them for Monday Night Football. It is a big list, and there are some big names. 2 starting line, like Demario Davis and Quan Alexander and Malcolm Jenkins, vastly affect their run game. Malcolm Jenkins is one of the best run stoppers at the safety position. Obviously, we all know how Demario Davis and Quan Alexander at that second level do against the run game. Like these are big losses right here for them. I might argue they hurt just as bad as worse than Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian, because if they thought they were going to have a chance, obviously it was going to be it was going to be if their defense took over the game for them, right? So kind of crazy. That is a long list of names, 21 players. Absolutely huge. Huge. Another thing I wanted to talk about, it's because it's in relation. It's kind of in relation to all this. But I mean, look at even like Adam Trotman. You know, even Adam Trotman, the rookie the rookie tight end there. He's out. He's out. So sorry, was he last year's draft class? He's one of these 2 draft class. Another thing too, in relation to all this, like I said, the New Orleans Saints guys, they are desperate. And I mean, desperate times can lead to desperate measures. Let's be honest here. And basically, what I mean by that is the New Orleans Saints guys, they called Drew Brees to try and bring him out of retirement amid these QB absences they have. So it says the Saints are in dire straits ahead of week 16, slated to start third string quarterback Ian Book against Miami after Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian both entered COVID-19 protocols. But New Orleans reportedly sought out a familiar face before giving Book the starting nod. New Orleans called Drew Brees this week in an attempt to bring him out of retirement, according to Jeff Duncan. Brees ultimately declined the request, part because he wasn't 100% confident he'd be able to make the throws necessary to successfully lead the offense. So they also, look at this, they also reached out to Josh McCown and Phillip Rivers. So, I mean, they are desperate right now. And another reason I heard, he's obviously on vacation with his family, but I also heard it's because he doesn't feel his body is right. So, um, you kind of look at that. It shows you how much faith they really have in Ian Book. So, I mean, we need to go out and get the job done tomorrow. No excuses. I don't know what else to say. So I think that's kind of crazy that they also tried to bring Drew Brees out. Desperate times do, in fact, call for desperate measures. Now, let's get into the playoff stuff. And then I'm going to open up this show to you guys. All right, starting off, here we go. This is as everything stands right now. I've even added in the Cowboys win. Because a lot of people were like, oh, well, the Raiders won today. Well, it doesn't matter. And why it doesn't matter is let's go through it so y'all can see it for your eyes. If we click on a Miami win tomorrow, we displace the Baltimore Ravens for the 7th seed. We would get the Tennessee Titans, ironically, who we'll be facing next week, in the first round as it stands. So, heading into week 17, obviously. So much riding on the line for tomorrow. I mean, not just for players on the team, but Brian Flores, too, to sniff that. You know what I mean? So, come on, guys. I believe. And Domi makes up a good point. This is my. Okay, Chase, why we have the tie over the Raiders is as so. We would be 8-7. The Raiders would be 8-7. The Ravens would be 8-7. And the Chargers would be, so the Raiders, the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Chargers, I believe, would all be 8-7. So it no longer becomes a head-to-head tiebreaker. It becomes a divisional record tiebreaker. So it's conference record or divisional record. It no longer becomes head-to-head. Now, if us and the Raiders were only tied at 8-7, then the Raiders would leap us. But it's division record, I believe. It's division or conference record. I think it's division right now as it stands because we're 3-2 in our division. So if it was just two teams, it's head to head. If it's not, it's divisional, but it might be conference, but I'm pretty sure it's divisional. So there, I just want to show y'all. So we're be 8-7, okay? So there you go. As it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, as it stands right now, the Dolphins, scroll down here, currently sit at an 18% chance to win. So sorry, to make the playoffs, okay? See them right there. 18%. All right. Now, if we go over here, this is where it gets really good. Okay, so currently 12% chance right now. Okay, if we win a win this weekend, brings us up, look at that, to about 22%. We win against the Titans. We go all the way to 45%. All right. If we win out, we have a 99% chance of making 100% chance now of making the playoffs. The destiny is ours. It's literally ours right now. And on a Sunday where the Chargers got not just beat by whooped by the Houston Texans. I know we look at some of our opponents' final records and we're like, there's no way they could lose a game. You never know. Shout out to GFirm456. He says a lot of teams thinking it was all good just a week ago. Now they rooting against us. Oh, you damn right, G Firm. It was all just good a week ago. Oh, baby. But I'm going to tell you right now, my biggest worry, and I'm going to knock on wood, is New Orleans tomorrow night because of the fact I'm worried about the situation over there COVID wise. Like no hugs, no jersey exchanges. You need to go get the job done. Go get that W. Tell your friends you'll see them in a couple of months, okay? Because we got a playoff run to go handle. I don't need no hugging. I don't need none of that. I don't need no jersey exchanges. I need you to go get the job done. So don't be dumb in New Orleans. Win. Don't exchange jerseys. Don't hug. Go get on that plane and get out of Dodge with the dub. Exactly, Albert. The moment they kneel, run straight to that locker room. Go. Darth, I actually would not be surprised if there is no after game handshake or interaction like that and they just socially distance because of how bad it is. Especially if we win. This team knows if they win, they're in a playoff position. We can't afford. I don't care about your friendships right now. Friendships don't win me Super Bowls. Friendships don't get me in the playoffs. Great play on the field does. You got 21, 380 people in the comments right now. Guys, go ahead, smash that like button. Show some love. Let's get up. Let's get me to 300 right now. Come on, there's 380 of you. Smash that like button. Pound it. If you want the Dolphins to go 8-7 tomorrow, smash that like button. If you want us to get in the playoffs, smash that like button. Let's put some positive energy in the air. No time for these haters, baby. All right. Saul McKinley and Albert Wilson both do have COVID. Yes, Darth. But Albert Wilson, I like the guy. He's got open for some reason. He's not being read. And Solomon Kinley, I mean, it is what it is, And also before we get out of here, because I like to do it for you guys usually on Fridays, right? An update. I know I gave you guys one on Thursday, but they had Friday and Saturday practices. So we'll go over here. I want to show you an updated injury report. Now remember, this is not going to have the COVID stuff on it. This is just an updated injury report now heading in to tomorrow's night, to tomorrow's big game. I can't wait, guys. I am so freaking hyped. It is unbelievable. All right. Shout out. We got to go 14-0 to win Super Bowl. I can see stars aligning. Oh boy, that's you're basically asking for a 72 regular season perfect season when they only played 14 games in the regular season. I don't know. That's a tough task. Even to win out and go in the playoffs takes 9 in a row. Like, that's ridiculous. So here is your injury report. So Jesse Davis, Brandon, everyone was full for the Dolphins. We are good to go injury wise. Everyone full. Albert Wilson, personal matter, but he was placed on COVID reserve today. So Taron Armstead was limited today, so he's questionable. Davenport, everyone is questionable for them. So they're probably going to be going for them. So looks like everyone's going to be going for both teams, other than the guys that are hit with COVID. Hopefully, they have a speedy recovery next week. Hopefully. Philemon. I'm going to say Philemon Aragon. What jerseys are we wearing tomorrow? We're wearing whites because the Saints are in all black. So we announced it on our Twitter today. Robert says, Bills lose out and we beat Pats and we take division. Oh, man. Wishful thinking. Jesus. Wishful thinking. I like the optimism, though, kid. I ain't going to hate. All right. Let's drop that link. Let's see what some of y'all got to say here. We got 378 of you in the chat. Go ahead, smash that like button. Robert Martin says a 2-minute ass whooping is a heck of an ass whooping. You're damn right. You're damn right. 2 in a dome. I love our chances. Says Perfect Hugh. So do I, bro. Philemon Aragon says you did a very good job trying to pronounce my name. I tried, bro. Coming in here out of France, like I got a little. Hey, Canadian man, we got French out there. It's funny because if you actually look at it, you could see like filet mignon. You could say filet Aragon. That's it. Filet Aragon. If I pronounce Filet Aragon, if I pronounce it fast. But like at first it was like, oh, filet mignon. So crazy. All right, let's open it up here. I got a couple people backstage already. Must be Quebec. The Quebecois. Crypto CT John, what's going on, boys?
What's going on, Reason?
What's going on? Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, yeah. Merry Christmas.
Hope everybody enjoyed the family and all that. I hope everybody enjoyed.
Enjoyed today, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, perfect for us, man.
Awesome.
Who thought it would go perfect for us, man?
I'm like shocked. That we actually got a positive outcome. It was about time, and honestly, Burrow was uber impressive today. I was like locked in on that
like
game. 525 yards.
25 yards.
I think it's like the third or fourth most in a game in NFL history.
I think he was.
And
Herbert
looked like an absolute fool.
I think he was like 50 yards away from like the record or something.
Herbert. Okay, this is why like when he won that bowl game in his last year against Utah, people are like, oh, he won a bowl game, he's a winner. I'm like, yo, did you actually watch that game? Like, I think he had a scrambling touchdown in that Utah game, but like, man, Herbert, when the money is on the line, give me Tua or Burrow all day over Herbert. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to agree. I want to give Jeremiah credit, too, when he put it out there. Jeremiah said 140 yards and 2 interceptions. Bro, that's trash. That's trash.
It is trash.
That's trash.
I started Burrow for the first time in fantasy.
Bro,
it was a good start.
In one of those leagues, I have he put up like 73 points today.
73? He only put up 38 on that.
That's insane.
Because in my league, you get extra points for a 40-yard completion and a 40-yard touchdown.
I'm not gonna lie, I was cheering so loud when Herbert threw that pick six because that's like sealed the game.
Yeah, but people don't realize.
I didn't watch that game.
I was having a
he actually that's like the 4th or 5th time he's done that.
Yeah,
like
100%.
He's done it twice against Denver. I know that. The guy does it, man. Like the guy's still supremely talented. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But just I don't think he had what's crazy is I think at one point this year he led the NFL in game-winning drives. So it's like he's either like hot or he's literally hot or cold. But I think he's leading the NFL right now in interceptions.
Yeah,
I can look.
And then that's the thing.
14. I think he's 14 or 15. He's leading the NFL.
Yeah, and I think that's in that same context. A lot of that is, again, he went and blew out Denver twice. So you also got to take that into context. That's all.
But last year's throwing game-stealing picks against Denver.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at is, he's back and forth on it. I mean,
he's
you
like
can't say he's not like Tua.
You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting in the 4th quarter.
Exactly, and that's where I love Tua is. Tua always comes up clutch, bro. It's just clutch.
He's what?
And I don't think he has that. It's a stats QB.
Say it again, John. What do you?
He's tied for first. There's 4 other QBs or 3 other QBs with 14. Hey. It's Burrow, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Ryan Tannehill. The guy that we were supposed to face this.
I don't know what to say, man. Ouch.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's crazy. What is it, like 14, I think?
Yeah, 14. They all have 14.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying, what do you guys think about tomorrow night? They got some key losses on defense.
I am excited, but I'm also kind of nervous.
Yeah, I'm always nervous when it comes to Miami, man.
Ain't that the truth? No, my thing is I'm really excited because, in all honesty, our defense is supposed to be elite. We're going to go against a 4th-string QB who's been on the team like 10 or 11 days. So I'm really hoping that allows Tua and the offense more opportunity to score and bleed the clock. And if we don't win convincingly, I'm going to be really scared about how we're going to handle Tennessee next
week. Justin Herbert only has 12 picks. Joe Burrow has 14.
No, they didn't put it in his picks today. He's
they
tied.
Didn't do it today?
Yeah, he's tied for the lead.
Like, that's weird.
No, yeah, he's tied for the lead. I saw it on Twitter today.
Like you said, Reason, all of those names on that COVID list, man, that's it. This is, it should be a blowout.
I don't know about blowout.
If we don't win by more than 10 points,
well, it should be easier for us to run the football.
That is true.
That's what I was saying. You said the defensive tackles and that linebacker and the starting
Mario Davis,
safety
Quan
too.
Alexander, and Malcolm Jenkins are all out. And Malcolm Jenkins is one of the best safeties in the NFL in the run game.
Does anybody think it's unfair?
Ronnie Grooms, yes, they signed Blake Bortles, but as a backup.
Anybody think it's unfair for the Saints, or does anybody even care?
They don't.
I do think it's unfair.
I do too, but they don't care because it's Monday Night Football, and the problem is they can't push it back because we're already on a short week.
Yep, exactly.
That's the issue. Like, what are you going to do? Because you know what they're going to say? What if we push it up back till Tuesday and more guys pop up?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I don't care.
Like,
if it was us, it could be us. You know what I mean?
If it was us, they would make us play.
For sure they would. You know they would. And they don't want us in the playoffs.
You want to see us? Let's show you. should get these fours. These nice fours.
Yeah, there's a ton of money on the line for them tomorrow.
Thunder? Nah.
That's what the issue is.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're gonna push it back if there's
Oh,
any
of
chance.
course.
the goddamn name?
Who's got the TV in the background?
Some. Who was that?
Not me.
That I think it's the new guy we just added, Ayub. Hold on a sec here. Yeah, to be honest with you, the game next week is what I'm worried about. I don't know
Exactly, reason.
I don't know. I don't
Exactly.
know why. I just have a bad. I don't know. I don't
Because
know
it's
what
a
it is.
former Dolphin going up against their
Because
team.
yeah, it's Dolphins.
And we got to survive COVID. Like Florida, 32,000 new cases today. That's a Florida record. So
Jesus,
you just don't know. We could
Yeah.
be the Saints next week.
But I agree with that. But I also think that again, in the same semblance is, that tomorrow absolutely should be an easy win. But if just like Reason said, if the Titans have been going above and beyond because they said that, that the increased protocols, but also team protocols, we're not going to have the same luck that we do this week as far as COVID. The Titans aren't going to have 21 guys out. So we gotta be ready to play next week.
yeah, we gotta be ready to what's funny too, the scary thing about a bunch of guys getting called up because they got 36 on their active roster and 13 on is like our luck is they call up the most hungry practice squad players that have ever existed. And these guys play out of their mind, and we're like,
I just hope we can run the ball, man.
That's going to be the key to winning, bro.
Yep.
Yep.
I just hope we can do it.
Last week's show to everybody, it was the prime example of what Tua can do, and he had his mistakes. But if we have a solid running game, it opens up the offense so much more for us. And can we do it against good teams? That's the question.
Yeah, well, if he plays like he did last week, we're not going to win.
Oh, no,
Agreed.
Tua would be better. Tua would be better.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to be better.
He'll be better.
It's the same reason
This is
why
prime time too, man.
the reason why the Jets played him tough. It's the same reason why the Saints played Tom Brady so tough. I mean, you're built to beat division rivals first. You're built to win your division. Then you're built to beat other teams in the conference. But beating your division is first priority when you're building teams.
Yep.
So that's why the Saints have Tom Brady figured out. And that's why. And I mean, the Jets, it was the second time they'd seen this in, how many weeks, right?
Wasn't it like 5 or something like that?
Yeah. So they that's a pretty quick turnaround in terms of how many games would we have won in if Jason Sanders was last year's version?
Probably a couple more.
Yeah, but you also have to make the argument that if the D played early on in the year the same way and Brisket wasn't a complete joke, we could have won 1 or 2 more of those games. Even if it was, say, the Colts or the Raiders game, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
If Brian Flores didn't get outcoached by Urban Meyer, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
That's true, too.
It will always be one of his 2 wins in the NFL.
That's crazy.
What's
going on, Wooback?
Woo!
Oh,
there it goes, Woo.
He left.
Oh.
So what'd y'all get for Christmas, Dolphins-wise?
I didn't get anything Dolphins-wise.
Didn't get anything.
Yeah. I got a badass Dolphins neck sweater, or what do they call them?
Turtleneck?
Sorry. No, a scarf. And it has a little stash pocket in it. Has a little stash pocket in it. It's fucking awesome.
It's a scarf.
This guy had a neck sweater.
I got these really sick headphones that are like noise canceling. They're Sony, so those are cool.
I do not own a scarf living in Florida.
I don't
You don't
either,
own a
but
neck
hey,
sweater?
when it was 27 degrees the other day, I will take it.
Oh man.
Look at this guy. I got a full Dolphin sweat outfit, beanie, and a Yeti cup. Send me pics of the outfit, bro.
Hell yeah.
Is it like a jumpsuit, like a one piece?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be awesome, man. That would be awesome, man.
Yo, what's going on, Woo?
Hey, what's going on, Reason? Merry Christmas, guys, fams.
Merry Christmas, bro.
I'm already, as you can see, I'm already dressed up, ready for the game. Can't wait.
Oh, you're ready to go, huh?
Boy.
Brother.
You're
Yeah.
ready for it.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed watching the games today. What's up with Herbert, man? Ain't got the clutch. He doesn't have the clutch
You
in
don't have
him.
a clutch
Nope.
gene.
No, he doesn't. Nope.
Wag Jones, stay in your lane.
Yep.
Two balls coming. That's what's up. Fins up.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Love you, Wolf. Hell yeah.
Macaroni Noodle Arm Jones. It was not a good display today.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah, he looked like an
brutal.
absolute fool, man.
Yawn, Dr. Draft, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, bro? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
What's up, guys? Hey, Reason, can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bro, how did someone explain to me how the Texans put up the same record without Watson?
It's a fictitious idea.
What's going
We're
on?
all
bro?
dreaming. We're all dreaming.
What's going on? Davis Mills, the new Watson, confirmed?
Yes, I like Davis. He's the best quarterback from the new draft class.
He's a beast, bro. I liked him. I liked him more than Mac. That's
He's
for
looked
sure.
good every time he stepped on that field, to be honest. I mean, for the most part, as
Yeah.
a rookie, he's looked pretty
I
solid.
would give him
Dude, that first half
the
against New England a couple weeks
rookie,
ago, the guy was
rookie of the
lights
year.
out, bro.
I would give him the rookie year
Rookie
before I
of the
would
year,
even
bro.
consider Mac.
Yeah, okay. Bro.
Did anyone notice also? Did anyone also notice that again? His team is giving him all the support he needs.
We're talking about Mills?
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Yes,
today,
with Mills.
I guess.
Man, they're giving him everything that they could possibly give him. They have tried to scheme it up for him. They've tried to give him really good plays.
They fell apart in
And-
that Patriots game for him, though. He had them up like 21-0, and they
Yeah,
lost the
I
game.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
Most weeks that defense doesn't show up in good spots really either, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they had their way with Herbert today, though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They schemed it up today, man. That was amazing to me.
And when did Rex Burkhead decide to go off?
You know,
He was
this guy's
just
like fighting through 6 people to put the ball in the
Yeah.
end zone. I'm like, what is going on? Rejuvenation over
What
here,
do
bro.
well,
Yeah, when was the last time we said
149
saw
yards,
Burkhead
2
get?
touchdowns on 22
Like,
attempts.
I'm really interested to see how we use Lindsey and Duke Johnson.
Oh, I can't wait for
If
that.
I see Myles Gaskin on 3rd down, I'm driving to New Orleans, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Agreed.
I was just reading something on Twitter. They're down to like 4 D linemen. Is that true?
Let me look.
That don't have COVID or something. That's why I don't know. I did not do any research to find out if that was true, but that's what somebody had said on my Twitter.
I don't know who they have on their I don't know who they have on
If
their.
that's true, I would think maybe a heavy
They have
diet
13.
of,
They have 13 players on their practice
list.
squad though. I don't know who's on their. No, they have 21 players on COVID. They have 13 on the
They got
practice
6
squad.
left.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at their roster on their website. They have 6 left.
6. Okay. That's much more
My-
reasonable. I'm like 4. Oh my gosh.
No, they have 4.
Yeah, and I also
No,
think
they have-
that
You're talking about like defensive linemen
Yeah, defensive
or
lineman. 'Cause
interior guys.
if they've got 4 healthy,
They have
I
5.
don't know. They said 5.
They have 5.
That
They have
still could
Jordan
be- that's
Cameron,
still pretty
David
low.
Onyemata, Shai Tuttle, Marcus Davenport, who's questionable tomorrow, and Albert Huggins. Christian Ringo's on COVID. Carl Granderson's on COVID, and Jalen Holmes are on COVID.
That's pretty
dog.
light, man. It could be a big day for the.
No, you know what
running
the thing
game, man.
is? Dude, they only have, check this out. There's Sam. They only have one Sam. He's out.
Right.
They only have one Mike. He's out. Their starting Will is now out. And all they have is Pete Werner, rookie, Zach Bond, last year draft class, and they only have 3 linebackers left.
Wow.
We need to for once, just once. Let's
We
let
gotta
Miami
run the
not
ball
be
again.
Miami. Let's run the ball. Let's get to an early start. Let's play
This
with
team
the
should
damn
run the
lead.
ball again. There's
Come
no
on.
excuse, man. Like
Let's
Malcolm
tackle
Jenkins.
play action
Malcolm
this week.
Jenkins is one of the best safeties in the run game. He's out with COVID. Like DeMario Davis, Quan Alexander, and Ellis, they're 3 starting linebackers and their best run stopping safety being out. And Malcolm Jenkins, you should be able to run the ball down their throat.
Well, and the thing is,
and that's
if
what I
we're
was
gonna make
getting
a
at.
run and we're gonna get anywhere with this playoff run, make the playoffs, and maybe even have a chance to win a game or two, we need to continue to build a run game. I mean, we're just now getting a little bit of rhythm. We're just now getting those reps in. It's the end of the season. We haven't really changed offensive linemen for a few games finally. So this is, I mean, almost like, served on a perfect platter here for what we need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. How do we move away from, or how mad would everybody be when Duke Johnson showed what he had last week? You have to run him. You got to put him in there and see, hey, can he repeat it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, what's good, bro? Are you
there? What's good, man? What's going on?
Bro.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
They have some serious losses on defense right now.
Who was that? Oh, the Saints?
Yeah.
Really?
They all 3. DeMario Davis is out. Quan Alexander's out. Their other linebacker Ellis is out, and Malcolm Jenkins is out, all on COVID.
Oh,
so
wow.
They're not going to be playing tomorrow.
Good.
Good. They have no. So they have. If you look at their front 4, they only have. So in total, they have 8 bodies, and they only have 5 of them available tomorrow night.
Wow,
They have no edge depth. Marcus Davenport is questionable, and him and Jordan Cameron are their only healthy edges, and they only have 1 healthy interior guy to back up the interiors on their 4-3.
Hey man, that's not my fault. Those aren't my. Hey, I don't have no control over that. All we do is show up and play the individuals that are on the field. I have no control over that. So, but that's very good.
Ryan Ram checks out. Ryan Ram checks out. His backup is out, so they have no backup right tackle. They're gonna have to shift someone from left tackle to right tackle.
That is crazy.
Adam Trotman, their starting tight end, is out. So is their 3rd string tight end, so they only have 1 tight end available.
Let's not forget their 1st and 2nd string quarterbacks are out.
Yeah,
we better win 56-14. That's what I'm saying.
When Ian was saying, we better win, bro. I don't care how much. We just need to win.
Yeah, we're not putting up 56 points.
We just
need to win. And I don't expect 56, but I want a decisive victory. There's no way with all of those guys out that we cannot have a decisive victory.
But look what
that's what I'm worried about.
Game, man. I mean,
this is what early Sunday, bro. Your reception is brutal, Dr. Draft. My biggest issue is I don't want no handshakes. I don't want no jersey exchanges. I don't want no high fives and pictures. Win and get out, because I don't want our team getting this breakout, bro. And those little extracurricular things after the game, that's how that shit happens. Like, win.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Get out.
Stop that. 100%.
Yeah, take no chances, man. Take no chances.
Because this is my biggest worry. Like, our next 2 games are way too important if we win this one. And you got to be careful in this situation.
For sure. I agree 100%, bro. But wow, man, I just can't believe, bro. We're sitting here and we have an opportunity to control our own destiny, man, after the season that we have the start we had, the 1-7 start, bro. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, bro.
Yeah, hopefully they don't disappoint us twice in one.
Yeah, but that's
they already did it earlier. So
Jesus. But that's where I feel like even if we do become successful in this situation, we can't discount the fact that Brian Flores, for obviously the first year, I don't blame him. He came in with a shitty team. But the last 2 years coming out the slow
He tore that
starts.
team down, though, man. He tore that
And
team
I agree.
down.
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame him for the first year. But these last 2 years and those slow starts, last year it cost us a playoff spot losing to Buffalo the last week. We're in an even worse situation than we were last year. And so at what point do we start holding Flo accountable?
I think
That's
next year.
my issue.
I mean, not right now, bro. I'm focused on tomorrow and on a W, bro.
I agree. Look, Brian Flores. Listen, I don't think this is the time to criticize him. I think this is a time to give that man some praise, bro. It's not about how you start; it's about you. It's all about how you finish. Sure, we would like to have started the season better than what we did the last 2 seasons, but hey, and give the man credit. A 1-7 start when everyone was calling for that man's head. Everyone. And he kept his team focused. He kept his team engaged. And look at the results that he's gotten to get us to this point. So the man deserves some credit, in my opinion. Come on. Listen.
I can agree with
now,
you.
I agree, Em. I agree.
Of the
I
start,
think
Let him finish.
so in terms of the start, man, get over that. That's what we're in a position to where we control our own destiny. So now it's all on us now. Everybody that's on the Miami Dolphins, the 1 through 53, it's on us. Tua, the defense, everybody, the coaching staff, everybody. So this is what
But my whole thing was I saw people on Twitter saying, "Oh, if we make the playoffs, he should be coach of the year," and I disagree with that because no coach of the year is going to have a 7-game losing streak. Like, I mean, the reason why he will never win that award this year is because one of his blemishes is he is one of only 2 people to lose to Urban Meyer, and he got outcoached in those final 4 minutes by Urban Meyer. And
I'm not saying.
I give him credit for. I don't care what he tells me. He clearly took over the defense after that Atlanta game. I give him credit for turning the defense around. That's what I give him. I give him credit. Tons of credit for that.
I give him credit for the entire. The man is the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He's responsible for both sides. Just like we saw the improvement on defense, we saw it on offense as well during this 5 to 6 game winning streak. So you got to give the man credit.
Yeah, I attribute more of our turnaround offensively to Tua, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who's developing Tua? Well, who's developing Tua? It ain't all Tua.
Well, before Tua came back, we were the 29th passing offense in the NFL. Now we're 16th under Tua.
Right, but who's
and not only that, but
he's not play calling. He's not the quarterback coach.
Well, yeah, but that's where I was going to go. If I can say this real quick, that's where I agree with Reason. I think that a lot of that comes into it's not just to his personal growth, but also through the offensive coordinators having a little bit more experience. And obviously they screwed us in quite a few games this year. And it's also part of, the QB coach and his relationship with Tua and taking Tua to a little bit more higher of a level. So you can't discount that also.
No, nobody's discounting any. First of all, nobody's discounting anything. But who's the man that put all those individuals in their position to succeed? That would be Brian Flores. So just like you give credit for that. No, what do you mean to a degree? He's responsible. What do you mean? He hired him for that job. What are you talking about?
But my whole thing is
they get shared blame and credit.
None of those guys were succeeding without Tua this year.
Yeah, they get shared blame and credit.
I agree. But my also part of that real quick, is I think that a lot of that comes down to as well the health of Tua, not necessarily the hip, because I'm not going to go on that rant because I'll go on a 20-minute rant about that. But it's also when nobody really understands that he's 18 starts now into his NFL career. And you can talk all about the physical issues or the perception of them, but also he's 17 or 18 games into being a starter. And he, even throughout last year and this year, he shows he has the clutch gene. That's not debatable. I don't want to hear any debate about that because that's
Clutch
ridiculous.
Okay, well, listen.
Well,
But I
think
want to
when
say, yes, can he improve? Absolutely.
Okay, let's be concise with our points. Let's not go on rants and tangents here. Okay. Like, if you look at it statistically, he is the best fourth quarter quarterback since 1994. I mean, like, that's actually like a statistical fact. That's not. So, I mean, if that's what we're like, I mean, the guy is clutch. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, fourth quarter 2 is like a thing right now. So I agree with that. But I mean, you know, the only reason why I would never say, well, as much as, you know, Tua missed games, I mean, you know, that Atlanta and that Jacksonville game, those came down to coaching in the final minutes. And, you know, those contributed to those losses. And, you know, we could very well be 9-5 if Tua played the Las Vegas and Colts game, just like we could have been 9-5 if we got better situational coaching in the final minutes in both of those games. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if we came back and like Tua was blowing everything out, you know, I would even have a problem calling him an MVP because he didn't play the entire season. And, you know, what could have been if you would have played the entire season? It goes both ways. It's not just Flores for me. You know what I mean? Like, the only reason why I think Waddle has a shot at winning Rookie of the Year is because he's going to break a record. If he didn't break a record because of Jacoby Brissett, I don't think Waddle would stand a chance against Jamar Chase right now.
Yeah, agreed. And that's
like,
but
what I'm
it's
saying is
also
we have been all these guys in these different positions, whether on the field, on the sideline, wherever. They've been their own worst enemy at some point in the season, and it's been costly to this team. And it's not just Flores. There's tons of players out there who have fall under that as well. You know what I mean? So
Brissett is the one that cost us most of it. But that's just fact.
Yeah, those are the 4-game stretch was brutal.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, and that's where I'm so upset.
I'm not putting those 4 losses. I'm not blaming if we don't make the. That's why I said, you know, I've been consistent. I'm not putting playoff or bust on Tua.
Yeah,
because he didn't play 17 games.
Yeah,
he didn't play
17. Brissett lost those games, but you know, where my critique comes in is just about how he looks the last at that point that was 3 games ago. So the last, you know, 6-7 games of the season. So, but at the end of the day, man, it's, you know, Tua deserves credit. You know, he's improved this year, but let's not be, you know, if you're gonna sit here and analyze all the data.
Flores made our defense elite again. I mean, after that Atlanta game, I said, if this guy is not calling the plays right now, he needs to take this over. This should not be a discussion. And clearly, if he didn't have all of the reins, he took all of them after that game because our defense totally flipped. And look at us when we were against the Giants. Look at it against the Giants. We were running zone against the Giants, and we look better running zone against the Giants than running zone earlier in the year. Now, I know some of that is the confidence of coming off of all the wins and how good the defense have been playing for the 4 or 5 weeks leading up to that game. But still, that's all because I attribute our defensive turnaround like 110% to Brian Flores. Like,
yeah, I agree. I think the play calling
I agree with that, but I just
like there's too many moving pieces right now on offensively for me to attribute a huge chunk of it to Brian Flores right now.
I mean,
defense, I'll give him and X. It's like that's an Ogba, but mainly it's been I think Brian Flores because he clearly took over play calling again.
Reason?
Yeah, I think he deserves credit for both sides of football. He's the head coach. He's not just a defensive.
I think the team as a whole right now, including the coach, players, they deserve credit right now for what we're doing. And
everybody does.
Exactly.
There's plenty of credit and there's plenty of blame to go around to everyone, to included.
Right.
For early on.
Right. For the slow start.
There's plenty of credit to go around. So
I'm actually past that. I'm happy where we're at right now. I just, you know, I'm glad to know that our destiny is on our own hands starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm like forgetting everything, whatever happened in the past. I'm just focused on tomorrow.
This is what we.
But that's what scares me because as Dolphins fans, how many times have we had that? You know, in our destiny in our hands. And we squander it. That's what scares
Let's
me.
not worry about
That's
that.
what we need to zero in and be focused.
We had our destiny in our hand. We squandered it.
We need to
Exactly.
focus right now, bro. We need to be,
Listen.
you know,
Can we just focus on the game plan
tomorrow.
for tomorrow, please?
Yes, sir.
Let's
I'm
just,
with you. Yeah.
let's just get it. Let's just see. Let's just see what we look like tomorrow.
Exactly.
So if they pardon my language, if they shit the bed tomorrow, well then guess what? We're all gonna be up here, me included, of issuing all the blame, where it's warranted. So let's just see what we look like tomorrow.
Reason mentioned something
Vegas
really
has
great.
3 points.
We're at 500 right now. We're
3 points.
We're starting again, so let's focus on the next 3 games, and then we'll be good, bro.
Yeah,
That's
it's no
it.
longer a 7-game winning streak for me. It's
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
0-0, and we need to go on a 3-game winning streak.
You could not have said any better, bro. That's why
My
I'm
problem
focused
is
just on tomorrow.
I'm actually not worried
It's
about
a
Flores.
1-game winning streak.
I'm
You
not
gotta go
worried.
one at a time.
Well, no, we
Yes,
need
sir.
three game.
Yeah, I ain't worried about them
one
either
game at a time, but we need a 3-game
until
winning
the 3 games.
Damn, these idiots up late tonight.
The guy who worries me the most is Jason. I'm not worried about Flores. I'm not worried about Tua. I'm worried about Jason Sanders.
Okay.
Especially that Patriots game. If it comes down to a game where we need a field goal, that guy has been the most unreliable I've seen him in his career so far.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm also going to be more angry at the fact that
because he missed
one at a time.
all of them guys out. With all of them guys out, it shouldn't come down to a Jason Sanders field goal. That's my
not tomorrow.
I said the Patriots game. I literally said the Patriots game. I literally said the Patriots game, people.
Yeah, true that.
I know you did.
Yeah, but I also think that Tua has Belichick's number, and I'm not worried about the Pats.
Dude,
I'm worried about the Titans.
We won by 1
That's
point.
that's where my worry's at.
We won by 1 point last time. It's definitely relevant to think that could come down to a kick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe. But if we treat them like Mac Jones played today, then we're good. 140 yards and two interceptions. I'll take it.
At the end of the day, I don't care what. I just want the win, bro. I can give it. We'll evaluate.
Yeah, if we win by 1, then we're good enough.
I don't give a damn if we win by 1 tomorrow, by 1 against Tennessee, and by 1 against the Patriots. Now that we have our own destination in our own hands,
yes, sir.
I don't give a damn what them losses look like. To be honest,
bro, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, Ian. I'm with you. 100.
So
I'm down for the Sperano type
arguments then after tomorrow, all right?
Hell yeah.
Well, if
They say you didn't care.
Well, that's before. Did we have was Destiny in our hands before last week? No, it wasn't.
Right.
That's good.
That's why I prefaced everything with said these next 3 games because we have our own destiny in our own hands.
Right,
so I don't care what they look like, bro.
Oh, there's reason to be excited, bro, and it starts tomorrow, man. Thankfully, so I can't wait, bro.
There'll be plenty. Trust me, there's gonna be plenty of time in the offseason to evaluate Tua, and not just him, but every player 1 through 53. There'll be plenty of time for that.
Everybody,
but the focus, bro. We could be playing on Wild Card Sunday.
Yes, sir. We can.
Let's get it.
Isn't it possible for us to still win the division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, what if we
if we beat the Pats and the Bills lose out?
That'd be crazy.
If we win tomorrow, we're lined up. We'd be facing the the Tennessee Titans in round 1.
Speaking of the wild card round, do you
Yeah,
think we could win a
them or the
game?
Colts depends on who wins that division, right? Reason.
No, like tomorrow, if we win, we're the 7th seed. They're the 2nd seed.
Yeah, I'm just saying the second seed will change over time.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about guys. Listen to my words, please. I'm saying by the end of tomorrow, if we win, we will be facing the Tennessee Titans.
It's late, bro.
I'm not saying.
And Brian Flores has experience against Tannehill, which he'll be back by that point. You know what I'm saying?
It's late and I'm lifted, and I'm not having problems following this, bro. Come on. No excuse.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro.
God gave you ears, use them. That's all.
Yeah, I'm
what
just
I tell
saying,
my wife when she
don't
doesn't
see
hear
that.
my shit. I said, God gave you ears, use them.
I think the Metallica guy has been trying to say something
Go ahead,
for a
John.
while.
Do you think we could win a game against literally anyone? Like just against anyone in the wild card round?
No.
I do.
No. You
If
don't
it's
think we
Tennessee
could?
and they get
I
if
have
it's
faith.
Tennessee and they
I
get
do.
Derrick Henry back,
Oh yeah, that'll be a tough one. But I
I'm
still have
hoping-
Derrick
I'm hoping
Henry
you-
is not going to be back.
I'm-
Derrick Henry is not going to be back till possibly at the earliest the second playoff game.
If they make it that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But realistically speaking, he's not going to be back for the first game of the play.
Anyways,
He's not going to be
can
back.
I
for the
finish
ball.
my point? Like, I thought I was like, what is going on here right now? Like, I get asked a question, I start answering, I get cut off. Like, what's happening here? Can someone explain to me right now?
You can't blame Ian Reason. Not this
Well,
time,
I
bro.
will
Again,
apologize for
I
everybody.
want people to listen to me. If Derrick Henry is back, then you'd have to hope he's rusty. If they don't have him back and we face Tennessee and Tannehill staring us down in the first round, then I like our chance.
Can I say something? There's
Bro, go ahead. I promise I won't cut you off, dude.
All right. The Titans anticipate Henry will be ready to return from IR as early as week 18. So that's their report.
Damn, Reason lit, bro.
If he comes back, we gotta hope he's rusty. If he doesn't come back, I like our chances against Tannehill.
What do you think is our best? Is
Reason
most favorable matchup?
Reason we still got however many hours to the game starts, bro. You already turned up, bro.
He's lit up, bro.
Bro.
Turn up. Save something for tomorrow, baby. Save something for tomorrow.
What time is the game, guys? Tomorrow, Eastern time.
7
Well,
Central.
your time. Yeah.
7 my time.
Central.
7.
6 my time then, I think. Okay.
7:15 exactly. I think the Monday night game starts.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Thank God, bro.
Dude, I'm like not gonna
Hell
get any
yeah.
sleep tonight, bro. I'm just gonna sit up and
It's like Christmas
Vision
all over.
us winning.
It's like Christmas
They gave
all
us
over
the time
again.
back.
bro, from 1 and
Yeah.
7 to the potential 7th seed.
Yes,
Crazy.
bro.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
it's so exciting. Bro.
No, man.
Exciting.
I was so
anxiety, man.
No team's ever started 1 and 7 and made the playoffs.
Yep, we'll be the first if we make
And
it.
anxiety starts next week.
We're also
That's
one of
crazy.
the only two teams since 1994 to lose 7 games in a row in the same season and win 6 games in a row in the same season. One of only 2 teams to do that since 1994.
Yeah, but we also have the flip coin of that is, again, we're absolutely, I'm not going to say that it's a 100% positive we win tomorrow. But
Right.
if we have to beat Tennessee next week, that's where I'm scared.
Can you guys imagine the
If we don't win
emotion
tomorrow
that is?
night, we do not deserve.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
we still
Yeah,
are.
talking about
Don't
that.
please
Honestly,
don't say that.
Honestly, let's be honest with ourselves.
Please don't say that.
Ooh,
Oh,
Be honest with
no.
yourself.
Don't say that, bro.
That's
Does the
true.
team-
That's true, DM.
Be
Whoa.
honest with yourself.
Oh.
If we lose to Urban Meyer, we lost to Urban Meyer. Do we even really deserve to be this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all that
Please.
question, bro.
Please don't say that, bro. They lose
He's
tomorrow,
got 2
man. I'm
wins
telling you.
leaving in
Oh, my
up into the
God.
sunset.
Don't
Urban
worry,
Meyer
yeah.
went
Yeah,
to the
and Dolphins
sunset.
are Dolphins, man. We beat the teams nobody expects us to, and we lose to the people no one expects us to.
They are not losing tomorrow, bro. That is
I
not
agree.
happening.
Yeah, we got this.
That
We
is
hope.
We gotta
We
get
hope,
it.
EM.
I'm with you too, EM.
No.
I'm with you on that train.
Nah, we good,
That
bro.
is
We got it,
not
man.
happening.
Dude,
No,
honestly,
no.
The thing I'm most excited to see tomorrow,
Mhm.
I want to see how fast Jalen Waddle is inside a dome. I want to see what this looks like, yo, because the cleats are off and the track shoes are on. So,
Yep.
like, I want to see what this guy does, because I think if they put Marshawn on him, Marshawn gonna have it's gonna be a wild day for him, bro. Because Marlon Humphrey was getting turned inside out, and that was not, that was not in these conditions. And it's gonna be real. If this guy gets releases off the line of scrimmage, it's gonna be hard to keep up with Jalen Waddle tomorrow. Like I would be telling, if I was fucking Fry, whoever, I'd be saying, dude, you need to start your progressions with Jalen. Like, See where he's at, because I'm telling you, he's going to be hard to contain. And he's going to want to make up for missing that game, because if he would have played last week, he would be breaking that rookie reception record this week.
This week will be the record, yeah. Yep, this will be the record.
I could very well see him coming away with 11 or 12 receptions.
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah, easily. On that
imagine they go for the record. Oh, my God. Give me 8-7 in the Waddle record, baby. Let's go.
What I'm excited about is to see Tua's composure tomorrow in a high-stakes game where we know we need to win. And, I just want to see the offensive play, because defensively I have a lot of faith in our defense. Offensively, but I want to see how we do on offense and how Tua performs.
Don't worry, we
tomorrow.
won't get Herbert in the fourth quarter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, the offense is my concern. It's what is this defense going to do against? We can legitimately say he's a 4-string starter. He's been with the team for less than 2 weeks. If this defense gets beat by him, that's concerning. That's concerning.
Then Flores coach him in the
really
Senior Bowl.
Kamara is the only thing that we really have to worry about offensively.
True that.
So Ramczyk is the only lineman that they're missing tomorrow, Reason?
Yeah, him and his backup are on the COVID list.
Really? Yeah, they are. Flores should know about this quarterback, though. He coached him in the Senior Bowl. He should know a little bit about Ian Barr.
He's from Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, he's from Notre Dame.
Experience.
Dude, when I was watching, go back and watch my Liam Eichenberg prospect preview. He's protecting Ian Book in it. Ian Book is trash. He's
not.
He was taken in the fourth round.
Ian Book was having to hold his blocks for 4 or 5 seconds because this guy was the most in college football. This guy was the most indecisive guy in the world. It was ridiculous.
Imagine this tomorrow, man.
He's not good. I remember watching that tape, and beside the hilarious thing of Eichenberg lunging at the second level and constantly missing, I came away saying, wow, Ian Book is shit. Because I remember I had that girl on here. Remember I had Chrissy Freud? She studies quarterbacks and shit. She works for PFN and a couple other outlets. She was really high on Ian Book, and I didn't even bother to study him because I had buddies telling me yo, don't even bother. So anyways, I ended up watching him because of the Eichenberg, and I was like, this guy is, bro. How good is he? If they called Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Josh McCown before they wanted to give Ian Book the starting job.
Wow, Josh McCown.
Dude, Phillip Rivers has no arm. I have more arm than Phillip Rivers right now. And they were let's see what you got, kid. A guy's never even been in that offense. And they were let's see if you can turn around and at least Drew Brees knows the offense. They're let's see if you can turn around in a week, even though you've never been in this offense before, bro.
Yeah,
same for Josh McCown too. He was
that
never
should
been
tell
in
you what
this
they think of
offense.
Ian Book. I better see minimum 2 interceptions tomorrow.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I want to see 4 or 5 3-and-outs. I want to see that offense stymied and let Tua go out and score points.
Yeah.
I want this offense to prove with Duke Johnson. He played good last week. Hey, this is a different defense. Yeah, they got multiple guys out on defensive line, like Reason said, but can you continue the hot hand? And that's where I want them to just, with Stootsville being an offensive coordinator, whatever, I want to see him say, hey, let's just keep feeding the rock to Duke and let's see what happens.
I would be throwing so many disguises at Ian Book tomorrow. He would not know what's happening to him. What he's seeing pre-snap and what he's seeing post-snap would be one would be normal life, the other one would be upside down world from Stranger Things. I would be
He's gonna struggle, bro. He's gonna struggle tomorrow, bro.
He better, bro. That's one of the things that's actually pissed me off about this defense all year. All these rookies we played have not struggled mightily against us. That's an issue for me.
Yeah.
How do crazy athletes like Lamar struggle against us, but you can't make Zach Wilson struggle against you?
Well, he struggled in the second half. He had a good first half.
He didn't turn the ball over though. I need
Yeah, I get it.
turnovers. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
he's
I get it.
averaging an interception a game.
and the
too.
guy was like running around and making us look silly, missing
Mhm.
tackles. I was like, I want to
I
throw
get
up
it.
in my mouth.
I think we talked about it with
seemed
Josh.
like he was pretty comfortable.
Dude, if
He's
I
a little
expect
too comfortable.
if I expect greatness out of our defense against veterans, what the hell do you think I expect out of them against jabroni first year guys? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah, they were just a
Yeah.
little bit too comfortable.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
we
saying.
talked
I
about
said
it.
if we don't
That
blow
was my
them
thing,
out,
Crypto. He looked way too comfortable again. Mac Jones comfortable against fucking Trevor Lawrence puts up over 300 yards against us. Are you crazy with me right now?
exactly, and that's what scares me is
Way
if
too.
we don't win by a comfortable margin tomorrow. It's hard not to look ahead, but you can't say that if we're going to struggle defensively against the guy who has no idea what the hell he's doing in that offense.
Okay.
And then next week we're going to play Tannehill, which he sucks.
No, but
if we struggle against the 4-string guy, that's concerning.
Did you see the Titans against the 49ers, bro?
I'm not worried about it's deeper than book. I'm worried that Sean Payton can have him prepared.
That's
well, I mean,
that's where it lies.
He's a good coach.
Well, you can bank on Sean Payton having him
But
prepared.
if you can do enough in a game to shake that out of him, though. Like if you pressure him early and often, all that stuff will go out of the window, and he start resorting to bad habits, and he'll look like he needs to look like a deer in headlights. Basically, I need that on a Monday night.
Yep.
Yeah,
I hope so.
We need that.
That's why I want to say I want a decisive victory. I want something that shows the world that the national media shut the hell up, stop talking your shit, and watch.
Let us work.
That's what I want to see tomorrow.
But at the end of the day, I mean, bro, it's tough to win in this league, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how close the playoffs seedings are, bro. It's like one game separating. I mean, bro, it's styles make fights, bro, and it's about a matchup league. And
you remember EM? You remember when me and you in 2019 had the conversations on TD Finstock, and he used to go off about paying high-priced quarterbacks and they're not winning. And remember, I used to say, wait till Tom Brady leaves the AFC or retires, and the parity will return to the AFC, right? Because when they were winning 14, 15, 13 games, that was shifting the balance big time, especially in our division. Now you got 3 teams in our division that could be potential playoff teams.
It's easy to win 14 games a year when you get 5 free wins on your schedule.
But it's just the parity of the AFC has flipped since he went. Like, it used to be the NFC was like you could be crappy to get in or is really tight, and now it's like the AFC, because it's so tight, you can't afford like the littlest slip up. It's ridiculous.
But it's also crazy that in the NFC, Brady isn't freaking invincible like he was in the AFC. I think that's something to consider.
Over there, he's not as invincible. It's more balanced over there.
The Saints have their number, but didn't they clinch a playoff spot in their division today?
Yeah, they got it already.
Yeah, they did. But I'm just saying he's not.
And Evans and Godwin.
New England Tom Brady.
Evans, Godwin, and Fournette were out, and they fucking blew him out today, bro.
Well, it's the
CT. Why do you say he's not Tom Brady? Why do you say he's not New England?
I think he's better.
I think he's better. I do too, bro.
No, I don't. Because yes, I think
40 touchdowns last year. He was leading the league in touchdown passes going into last week. I mean, Brady's I think he's been a better version, and you could attribute that to the talent, offensive talent that he has around him. Okay, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day,
and that was my argument.
But he did it before.
That was my only argument.
Look at when the Saints put Moss and shit around him. He gave you this before. It's always been there.
Yeah, and I get it. That was my whole argument. Is I think that look what Tom Brady did, even with the shit wide receivers and everything Belichick wanted to put around him, and he did an absolute fucking wonderful job. Now in Tampa, it's almost, if you want to say it's a dream team. He's got all kinds of freaking weapons. And I just don't think he's doing as well as he did in New England with lesser weapons. That's all. And I agree with what you said.
One year, one Super Bowl.
I think it's
the
because
weapons. That's all.
it's honestly, I think it's what I used to say last year. I used to say to people, everyone who's harping on Tua, I would say, look at Tua is basically working with offensively what Tom Brady was working with offensively in 2019. Remember, they went on that 8-game winning streak to start the season because they had that historically great defense for the first half of the season. And I'm like, it's literally the parallel. It's the same situation as Tua. The only difference is Tom Brady can take his bag and go home or go to somewhere else. Tua's stuck in the position. But I mean, if I was 41, 42, and I've proven everything there is to prove, I'm gonna make this shit as easy as possible on myself.
I agree.
I agree. And that's what he did.
I think he's not only better. I think he's smarter, bro. Like,
yeah.
Shit.
But I mean,
it works out, man.
But I think you can make an argument physically. This might be his arm looks phenomenal, bro. I'm like, man, at when is this dude? When is he gonna really? When is he gonna start to really slow down to where you can see it where it shows up on film? You know what I mean? Throw per throw. And
that TV. Yeah, I wanted to say real quick that TB12, like you guys said, I think that Tom Brady taking his health, his physical ability to every premise, he's pushing the bar in every category. You can't argue that. And I don't know what the hell his trainer is doing, but it's obviously working because he's playing freaking amazing. For his age.
Gronk works out with TB12, and look at all the injuries he have, and look at how effective he still is in that body. Most guys in that body would have been broken down and retired by now.
Yes, that's true.
His arm looks as live as it's ever.
It is. It's true. It's true.
So, I mean,
he's smart, man. Like the guy is like, that guy's a cerebral assassin, bro.
Now that he's not in New England, now we can be a little more appreciative of his greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because now we don't have to blindly hate him.
Yeah,
we don't have to
blindly hate him.
But he ain't the greatest to ever do it. That would be Aaron Rodgers. That man is absolutely.
As far as from a physical standpoint, yeah,
that's the guy to me.
From a mechanical standpoint,
Aaron Rodgers and Joe Montana.
Aaron Rodgers,
even though it's hard to compare.
Is my favorite.
Yeah, I love
quarterback
Rodgers
ever play.
Aaron Rodgers is bro.
Dude, he's the updated version of Dan Marino. When you have to be athletic in the pocket, that's what he is.
He's ridiculous.
He's unbelievable. Yo, did you see someone put up? Check this out. Someone put up him and Favre's stats. They've both thrown for like 423 touchdowns, but Favre threw for like over 220 interceptions.
Yep.
Rodgers has thrown for like 93, bro.
Yeah,
the man threw 93 interceptions.
That's crazy.
Not even 100.
Crazy,
dude.
That's crazy.
When you're talking about pure passers, when you talk about pure passers, it's him or Marino, hands down.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
like hands down.
They're the best as far as
they're savants at throwing that football.
As far as passing, they're the best I've ever seen. We'll never see anything like that. But Rodgers, yeah, that's crazy. I saw those stats too. I was like, in Favre, I love Brett Favre. Brett Favre was great too, but. If he wasn't so reckless and careless with the football, I think Favre would be considered. A lot of people would mention him in that first tier guy conversation. But
my hate Brett Favre.
Yes,
he was just too undisciplined.
I hate him, bro.
He was reckless. That's where the gunslinger term came from. Him and Elway
is one of the few quarterbacks I actually hate, and the reason why I hate him is because of how careless he was with the football. I despise that
he
shit,
was
bro.
reckless.
He was too cocky. He thought that he can make all the throws, and that was the issue.
But he had a sick arm, though, bro.
But that's what I'm saying.
Go back and watch.
3 year.
Yo, remember when he won?
When he won.
Remember the Pro Bowl? They used to do the individual drills, and he did the distance drill. The guy threw like 86 yards, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
That 3 year window. That 3 year window when he won back to back MVPs. He won 3 in a row.
He was ridiculous.
That was the best for a 3 year span. That was like, bro, that's the best I've ever seen a quarterback play in this league.
Dude, you remember when he played?
He was ridiculous.
You remember when he played Cordell Stewart in the Super Bowl?
Pittsburgh and Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, Cordell was ahead of its time if you think about it, bro.
Yeah.
Cordell nowadays,
Cordell
guys,
was-
people would love him nowadays, bro.
Cordell wasn't
Yeah.
bad. I mean,
No,
Cordell
he was
bad.
ahead of his time, bro. The
He
NFL
was,
wasn't
he
ready
was.
for him yet.
He was.
Yep, agreed. Reason.
He was a beast,
He
though. I
was.
liked Cordell, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know you hated Favre, Reason.
Yeah. I don't.
I didn't know that.
The discipline pissed me off.
I agree. Yeah.
It's one of those guys where you respect the skill, but you like. I don't know. I hated the discipline. Every time I think of him, I think about something about Mary when he's like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time as a kid when I saw how you spelt his name, and I was like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like,
what is a sorcery?
You know what I mean? Like, how is the V before the R?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's R. What's going on here, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Favre, you know.
And I don't think I think Montana was the greatest post. Well, not anymore. But at one point, I thought he was the greatest postseason. He was very above average in the regular season.
Yeah.
Like Montana
He
didn't
was
blow
a perfect
you away.
system quarterback.
Yeah, he didn't
Perfect
blow
system
you
quarterback.
away.
Yeah, in the playoffs, he wasn't that
perfect
great.
system quarterback.
In the playoffs,
and they
he
were
was
always
unbelievable.
a more balanced team anyway. Even with Steve Young,
Yeah,
they you know they weren't, you know, I'm not saying they weren't driven by Montana, but
bro, I thought Young was a better passer than Steve Young, bro. Young was a better passer than Montana, bro.
Yeah,
Montana was ridiculous. Young was ridiculous when he was on the run. That guy was like freaking keyhole accurate on the run. It was stupid.
Montana,
you know what Montana was? Montana is what I'm telling everyone with Tua. Montana is a perfect example. Efficiency wins Super Bowls, not big sexy throws. That's what Montana was. When you get into the playoffs, you know you're going to get touchdowns, and you know you're not going to get him to turn over the ball for you. That's what, and he's going to feed your stars, Jerry Rice, etc. He's going to feed your guys. Like Montana is the definition of efficient, and Tom Brady is the upgraded. You know how we talk about
version of Montana.
Yeah, Rodgers is the 2000s version of Marino, right? Well, Brady is the 2000s version of
Montana.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's
Bigger
why I
size.
brought him in.
He's big. He's a little bit bigger and stuff like that. Way healthier. Like I'm sure back in Montana's day, they were having a cigarette and reading the newspaper on the sideline, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but it's kind of crazy if you think about it. History kind of repeated itself, right? You got repeats of the guys.
Yeah.
Of the size. You just got upgraded for the times, and like
hopefully
the eras. Hopefully Tua is the new Brady, and
that's
Herbert can go be the new Marino all he wants. Kudos to you, bro.
Herbert will be the new Marino.
Enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
Burrow can be out. Yo, honestly, and Burrow can be Elway. I think this 2020 draft class is going to go down as one of the, and we haven't even seen Jordan Love play. I think it's going to be one of the best quarterback drafts.
It's shaping up that way.
I think actually Jordan Love is the next Mahomes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that's where I tried to say earlier. I think a lot of it has to do with, so many of these things where Tua has that same mentality where he's not going to put up Brett Favre numbers. He's not going to put up Aaron Rodgers numbers. But if he continues, especially if we go off this offseason and bring in an offensive line and running game for him, the sky's the limit.
The run
so
game
stop
should
discounting that, and a lot of people do.
The run game should be the priority for the Dolphins, more so than Devontae Adams, any skill position player. If you're gonna ride with Tua, who's ever under center, improving the run game should be the priority in the offseason. Because I think if they do that, like you said, CG, I think the sky will be the limit. Even with the receivers we have now, bro. If we could just come back with the same guys, for the most part, you have. I hear y'all. I know. I hear y'all.
Don't lie on
Let him finish. If only Devontae could stay healthy, bro.
I need a legitimate guy that's healthy opposite of Waddle.
I get it.
I would keep Parker, bro.
I get it, bro. EM, let me set a picture for you. Imagine Devontae Parker as your third option.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
I'll be
We
quaking
talked
him
about
up
that the other
reason.
day.
Exactly.
I'm not
That's
saying
the fourth option.
I am not opposed. I am not opposed for 1 second to not, making a run at one of these, upper tier guys in free agency. But what I'm saying is the priority. If you improve the run game, we can go from to 12 to 15. That would, and again, like I said, I'm not opposed to making a run at one of these guys, but I think that alone would just improve this offense overall immensely, bro, in my opinion. So no matter who you bring in, the run game, and again, Florida.
Are you drafting a guy, or would you be trying to trade or sign a guy?
I'm for either. If there's somebody, if you identify someone in the draft, I'm with that. If you want, bro, I told you I would go to Devontae Adams especially if they stick with Tua. I'm going to do exactly what the Arizona Cardinals did for their young developmental guy in Kyler Murray. They went and got at that time.
Adams,
they went and got the best guy. They went and got the best receiver in the league at that time. They need to do the exact same thing. Give the man $25 million. How is he going to turn that down, bro? Give him 25.
He's not turning that down.
Give him 25.
Agreed. And my thing is we got to stick to where the offensive line, if we're going to go that way, we have to go with the veterans. I'm sorry, but stop playing this roulette game, this Russian roulette game in the draft. If you want to say, hey, we're going to take a wide receiver who's good, and we want to take that risk on a wide receiver, I'm okay with that. But stop putting so much investment in that offensive line with unknown guys. You've proved that you cannot evaluate that talent. Go out and get somebody you know is going to work, and then take a shot at that talented wide receiver or wherever you want to go. But stop wasting offensive line priority in a draft. It's not working. You gotta admit when you're done, and that's where I'm frustrated.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
there's going to be
in this draft, man.
Reason I got a question.
They said that
it's definitely going to be an interesting offseason for sure.
Go ahead, John.
Besides Leonard Fournette, who's a running back in free agency you like?
I haven't looked into the free agent running backs yet.
Because I just looked at the list and it's kind of weak.
I assumed it would be.
Because a lot of people got paid, right?
The move. I'm telling you, a guy who's going to be on the move this offseason. Now, I'm by no means saying we need to trade for him, but I think Ezekiel Elliott's going to get traded because I think they're going to. All the people that didn't like my.
You think so?
Yeah, all my people that did not like an Xavier Howard package of Xavier Howard for a first and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, I think, is going to be the guy to move forward with, bro.
So is that something you're hearing, or is that pure speculation? That's
speculation?
Okay.
And also, I don't like
Jones want to move off him that fast.
Perfect Q. I love Treylon Burks, but he's going to go high in the first. What about Jerry Jones?
I say, you think Jerry Jones will want to move off Pollard that quick?
No, he's going to move off Ezekiel, and they're going to give the job.
Yeah, but my question is as much as they wanted to use and abuse Zeke, how much? Even if he gives us 1 or 2 great years, where do you draw that balance of, hey, let's draft the young guy who has less wear and tear, who has more. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, even if we signed him, because the Cowboys used him so much. That's my.
I'm just telling you.
Never trust an oil man.
John said Leonard Fournette's the only name out there. I said another name that's going to be out there this offseason is going to be Ezekiel. I mean, I would personally trade for Saquon Barkley before I traded for.
Yeah, I was just doing it. Yeah.
I would trade, and I would trade if you're gonna put a gun to my head and force me to trade. I would call the Cleveland Browns. I'd say Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt. Who's your future? I'd take the other guy.
Hunt would be perfect in this offense.
God,
I would like Hunt.
Man, Chubb would be a freaking beast, bro.
Dude, I would.
South Beach.
Bro, I would
Zeke in
overpay
South
for.
Beach?
I would
No,
overpay
man.
for. I would overpay for Nick Chubb, bro.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the only,
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
that is
Oh
the
my
only
God.
running back I would overpay
For
for
sure.
in a trade. Is because that guy, when he's healthy, top 3 running back in the NFL, hands down, bro.
Yeah, he's
Like,
Dude,
that
that
guy-
man
And another name
runs
that might
over
be
grown men, bro.
another name that might be on the list is
Mhm.
McCaffrey.
Mm.
I don't like McCaffrey as much because, yes, he's the shifty running back. He gives us the opportunity at the backfield. But, man, what we're lacking on offensive, our offensive prowess is the run game, the physical, hey, I'm going to get 4 yards. I'm going to get 3 yards.
That's what McCaffrey.
And that's where I think that we have better options elsewhere.
Dude, Christian McCaffrey, like,
Yeah, I
that's the
agree.
best running back in the NFL when he's fully healthy, bro.
Yeah, I agree because he gives you that wide variety. He's great in all aspects. But I think that
That's actually
scheme-wise or team-wise,
scheme-wise, he's a perfect fit for what we want to do. We want to have a guy who can catch the ball, run the ball, and block. And I mean, there's not many more dynamic pass-catching running backs out of the backfield than Christian McCaffrey. It's just a matter of
I
if he can stay
agree.
healthy.
I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying that our biggest deficiency is having a physical downhill running back.
How
I feel
old is
like that's
McCaffrey?
where we've been.
McCaffrey's only 25.
Okay. How much
That's
do you think?
good.
How much do you think they even accept for him? To be honest.
I personally think they're going to try and dangle him in the Houston Texans trade.
That's what I think too. I think
McCaffrey?
it's probably going to
Yeah.
be if the Panthers are desperate for a quarterback, as I think they are, and given the fact that they brought back Cam Newton, I'd say they're pretty desperate. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to try and go all in to beat Miami, and they're going to dangle McCaffrey as a potential piece in that trade. But
Yeah.
that's just speculation. I've got no real evidence to suggest that outside of, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Cam Newton's.
Cam Newton sucks dick.
You said they were going to try to beat Miami. I don't know if that was you were breaking up, bro, on my end.
No, he said he thinks that Carolina's going to try to outbid Miami, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's all about where Watson wants to go.
I mean, that
yeah.
is fair, but at this point, I think Watson would settle for any team willing to trade for him. Given
The Eagles.
it depends if he can clear up all of his allegations.
He's
stuff,
not going to the Jets, bro.
No,
if he
he's
can
not
clear up
going
all of
to
his
New York
allegation
at all.
stuff, he has a much wider market, and he may be able to start picking and choosing again. But I think the way it sits now, I think Watson just desperately wants out of Houston, and at this point is willing to pretty much go anywhere. So
I don't think so. If that was the case, they would have traded. He would have okayed to trade to Philly or
Yeah,
Carolina.
he
He'd
turned
probably be already in Philly.
He told everybody.
Yeah, he's gonna want to go to a winner, bro. He's not
Okay.
going to one of these crotchety franchises. It's not happening.
okay.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
about
he
Carolina
turned-
though is
it's
the
Clemson.
the
Clemson
Clemson
time.
connection.
I wouldn't discount Clemson's always been the sleeper. That's the one team that I've always heard is consistently sticking around. He never turned them down. He turned Philly down directly. And the other thing I heard was Carolina was the only team that didn't care. Well, Carolina and Philly, but he already turned down Philly, were the only two teams I heard that did not care about his legal status at all.
Right. They didn't care about any
But
charges.
That's reckless. But that's
If
reckless.
What would be the
if his
NFL?
legal status is still up in the air, or if it's
That's right.
still, I
If
would
he
say
gets
not
indicted, he's not
Yeah.
going to Miami.
exactly.
Well,
So
yeah,
he
man.
could get
Probably
indicted
get
and
indicted.
still be.
It's not going anywhere if he
Bro,
gets
I don't think
indicted.
he's
No,
going
no,
anywhere
here's the
if
thing.
he gets indicted.
If he gets
Right.
indicted, that does not mean that he's guilty. What that
No, it
means is
doesn't
that
mean
they're
that.
moving
Just
forward.
means
with
it's
the
trial.
trial.
But what I'm
And
saying
he'll
is,
get put on the exempt list as soon as he gets indicted. That's the issue.
Yes.
And then
yeah,
so
the
what
problem
and
with
it's
the
2 or 3
reason why I'm saying
years.
the reason why I'm saying that is because if we were already like wanting him to settle some of his cases, that tells you if he gets a criminal indictment, they're gonna back off. Now, I'm not speaking for every other team. I'm just speaking for us. If he gets indicted based off of how
Yeah.
they handled the civil suits and wanting him to settle some before they would trade for him, if he gets indicted, He's not going to be, because they're going to want to pull. If he's getting traded in the offseason, it's going to be on the first day of the new season, which is like March 16th or March 17th.
Yeah, middle of March.
And he'll get, and that'll be the day. The problem is if he gets indicted, even if he's not guilty, it won't be settled by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he's
because
going to have to go
wait.
through that process. Then he's going to have to deal with the civil suits right after. So it's going to be too much of a hassle. Like, he might get cleared by like June or July if he's not guilty, but like if they drag it out and all that kind of stuff, like it's gonna
exactly.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how it all goes. But I mean,
so then
well, actually, his civil suits
January
had a better option of clearing first because it was 18 of the 22 that wanted to do the deal right away.
Yeah,
so that might clear faster anyways.
That has nothing to do with it. Long story short,
I'm saying that would be faster than the.
My question is, how much is Miami at this point even willing to pay? Because if 3 firsts and 2 seconds was what they were willing to pay when they were desperate in the middle of a losing streak, and they thought they had no other options, do you think that they still go for something like that? Because I don't think they do. I think with Tua,
dude,
if
I
Tua
know I'm the only
consistent
place
like
he wants to go, fuck them. I'm
Yeah.
fleecing them, bro. Are you crazy? I'm trading him on my terms, not on your terms. Are you stupid? Like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Houston. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
if
no,
you
I
call
know
me and
what
say,
you mean.
oh, yo, I want this, and I go, hold the horse, bud. I just talked to Will Fuller's man, who just talked to Houston's masseuse, and he only wants to come here, bro. And I'm saying, you'll take what I give you, brother, and you'll like it.
That, you know, and also
off the table.
Go ahead, Ian.
I think, you know, just like Watson might, you know, desperation might be setting in for him. I think it's safe to say you could say that about the Texans.
Yeah.
You know, the Texans themselves, bro, because they're not going. He ain't sitting at home for $40 million next year.
The only way the desperation doesn't settle in for them is if he doesn't get indicted in January. Then they're rubbing their hands, Birdman style, saying, oh, this man, because he can get everything settled by the new year. If he does not get indicted, those cases will be settled. The civil suits, I guarantee you, will be settled by March, so he can be on the move by the new year. I guarantee you. And if that non-indictment comes down, DeCastro's going to be sitting there like, you know what I mean? And he's going to want to play the game. He's going to want to try and convince Deshaun Watson, blah, 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 blah. That's what he's going to try and convince him. Watch.
Yeah. It's all, again, as long as he maintains his, you know, his position as far as him wanting to come to Miami will be fine. They'll
if he
be in a
says
position where they won't have to overpay for him.
Yeah.
They don't have to overpay.
Overpay for him. If I know he says, and listen, if he says that's the only place I'll go, overpay for him, I better underpay for that guy, bro. If I got the markets by the shorts and curls,
hopefully,
yeah.
I'll give you a first, a second, and a third, and you'll like it. Yeah, and you'll say, please, sir, can I have some more? And I'll say no. And I'll slap your little porridge out of your hand. Say, go sit down, you little shit.
Oh my God.
Real talk though, bro. If I know he's the only place he wants to come, bro, I would tell him. I'll be like, look, what are you gonna do? You gonna let him sit at home? Here's my desk. Pull down your pants. Bend over, brother, because here it comes. That's what I'm telling you. If I'm the only place he wants to go, bro. We thought we fleeced them once over Larry Tunsil. Yeah,
you gonna pay him $40 million to sit at home?
There's no way. They can't afford it. That's why I know even more.
No, they can't. Yeah,
I'll be like,
Houston can't afford $40 million.
What did you give me, Larry, for Larry Tunsil? Oh, 2 firsts, and what did they give us? What did they give us?
2 twos, 2 firsts, and 2 twos.
And Kenny Stills too was a part of it, right, or something like that.
I will give you.
Yeah.
1 first, 2 twos, a third, and Preston Williams, and you'll like it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give him.
How does that sound, bro?
We're throwing DVP for good measure.
Wrap him in a bow and deliver him, okay? That's the only thing I would say. Because, we have Tua. We're not desperate.
Exactly.
And if we make the playoffs, and I hear this Watson talk emerge, I'm finding out where these guys wine and dine. And I'm sitting outside at lunch, bro. And while they're eating their prosciutto and all that stuff, bro, I'm rolling up on them hard.
Yeah, if we make the playoffs,
you gotta get that Canadian Mountie reason.
Yeah, if we make the playoffs, I guarantee Tua is a big part of why, and will be very hard to convince the organization, convince the team, and convince the fan base to move off of him.
They don't care what the
so
fan base
soon
thinks,
after
dude.
we did this
Yeah, they
massive
don't
turnaround, all this stuff. Like, it would be a hard sell. In addition to the
Listen,
fact that now we've got a good.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I don't like cutting people off, but I have to hear. I've been told by 4 different people close to the team they don't give a fuck what the fans think,
Yeah, I know.
and I've been I've said this publicly. I'll tell it to you. Yes, there are players in the room that like him, but when you bring in a talent the caliber of Deshaun Watson, yeah, people are going to be hurt that 2 of their buddies not in there anymore, but it's not like it's a massive dip
That's
in
fair.
talent. You know what I mean? So. I mean, I get it because I do think the fans are going to be pissed, and I think
Right, they will.
there'll be some players who like Tua the person, but the players will get over it, and the fans, if we win, they won't care. They won't even. Guys, if we're winning a Super Bowl next year and people bring up the massage stuff, I guarantee 99.9% of this fan base will be defending Deshaun Watson tooth and nail.
Oh,
the only one they'll put over him is their wife and their firstborn. Okay.
Oh, I've been jotting down names. Make no mistake about it. I've been jotting down names.
Let's be honest, bro. Winning cures everything, bro. Like,
just in case,
I'm one of the biggest two guys. Two is my 3 favorite players in the NFL: Aaron Rodgers, Tua Tagovailoa, and Kyler Murray, bro. But even I understand that if Watson starts winning, all of us are going to be like, "Yo, we follow Tua wherever he is." But Tua who?
You know what I mean? I've got my hard drive full of names. I've been jotting names down.
Man,
and I promise you, I don't. Oh man! Oh yeah! I don't want to hear. Well, listen, it's a little late. I got people.
And EM uses a feather-tipped pen.
What you call it?
It's late. It's late. There'll be plenty of time for that. But I have my list. I have my list.
Dipping his quill in the ink.
What kind of ink is he dipping it in?
Seriously. I think at the end of the day, bro, it might just boil down to Flores, and it might just look at the talent level, bro. Just
I don't give a shit if we go to the playoffs or we win these 9 in a row and Tua's a major contributor. I don't want to hear anything because those assets need to be used for the guy you currently have, bro.
Yes, sir.
That conversation should be over and done with, bro. Realistically, realistically, I'm gonna put it out there. If we win tomorrow and he's a contributor, it's over for me. He's my guy. There's no doubt. He's already my guy. But if he comes out tomorrow and we're 8-7 and he's a major contributor, that's my guy. I don't want to hear nothing about it, bro. But that's me. I gotta respectfully and at the same time emphatically disagree with that. But I understand, I get it. But at the end of the day, like I said, if it is a foregone conclusion, I think that's what it will boil down to. It's just the talent level, bro. It's just not close between the 2 players, and that unless Tua is gonna wake up tomorrow 104.5, unless he's gonna grow to 6'4.5", or if he's just gonna have Lamar's a better athlete than Watson, and where's he at?
No, but I'm just. No,
I know Watson's a better passer, but Lamar's a better athlete.
Right.
Okay, so kind of getting back to.
I was just bringing up the physical. I mean, bro, they ain't even.
That doesn't guarantee me a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I get
getting
it.
back to, kind of trying to get back to the point I was making, which is fair, right? The fans will probably eventually get over it. The team will get over it, but. The point I was trying to make is if we go to the playoffs, Tua will have been a major contributing factor, and at that point, you look at yourself and you say, "I've got."
Last year, by the way, but there's a flip side to this coin now. If you want to go all in, if you're going to go all in again, I'm just presenting. This is going to rub a lot of these idiots the wrong way, but I don't give a damn. If you're going to go all in, right? Again, this is me. This is my perspective. I'm not speaking for anybody else but myself.
Yeah.
If you're going to go all in when Tua, he's still that tag project is still attached to his name. Tua hasn't convinced me that he's a franchise guy, right? Just like the Cleveland Browns did last year with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was coming off a playoff victory, right? Last year, and a Pro Bowl, and almost making a Pro Bowl. And look, they're ready to move off. They went all in with him. built the best roster in the entire NFL, and he's fallen. And teams have figured him out, and he's fallen
He's
on his
not
face.
good.
And they're
He's not good.
already talking about moving off of him. So there's a risk to that.
I see Tua now,
to that
and
approach.
I see him a lot better
I'm gonna
than
say this
Baker
right now.
Mayfield
I'm
right
gonna
now,
say
bro.
this. I'm gonna say this right
Well,
now.
yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna say
true.
this.
Yeah, that's fair. He's
I'm gonna
not
say
better.
That's
He's
just a
better than
fact.
Baker.
Okay,
That
yeah.
is
In
a
principle,
fact, but damn.
in
I will
principle,
take coming
ahead,
out of
Reason.
if they were in the same draft, dude coming out of Oklahoma, dude coming out of Alabama, even today, I will take Tua Tagovailoa 7 times a week and twice
I
on
would too.
Sunday over Baker
I would
Mayfield.
too.
The only
I
thing
would
Baker
too.
Mayfield has ever had over Tua Tagovailoa is
Was his
arm
arm.
strength. He's never
arm
been a
strength,
good
that's it.
decision maker.
Mhm.
Like I personally,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with it.
Well-
But I get what you're saying. But
Yeah.
someone was saying in the comments earlier, imagine, and this was like probably about 30, 40 minutes ago when we were talking about like running backs and stuff. Remember when we were having that conversation? Someone said, imagine Tua with Cleveland's offensive line and Nick Chubb.
Exactly.
And I think to myself, like, with this defense and that, we could go to the conference championship.
For sure.
I can't say that
Imagine
about
the
Baker.
fact that
And I was
And I don't know, man.
I liked Baker coming out of Oklahoma. I didn't like him that much, but I liked him coming out.
I didn't like him at all.
But I never saw like this guy's going to be a top. You know what I saw him as? If Johnny Manziel was actually an NFL talent.
Someone said there was a meme that said
That's what I saw him.
Baker
If Johnny
is
Manziel,
Johnny
but
Manziel,
he's
but so
Damn.
yeah, if he was an NFL talent, that's what I saw him as.
For me, the Browns' problem is Baker. For me, the Dolphins' problem is not Tua. So that's where I stand on that.
That's actually a good point.
No. What I'm saying is, and I don't mean.
No, what he's
I'm not
talking about
saying
is
it-
the risk investing. Like there's always
Exactly.
a risk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
You
I mean, there's a risk if we trade 3 1s and pay
For
Watson
what?
There's
$40
a,
million.
exactly. There's
You
a
could have
risk.
you could have a non-contact injury like a la Tannehill, and we lose. I
Right.
mean, there's risk in everything, right?
There's
It's
risk in
about-
everything.
Sure.
Yeah, this is what they get paid for. You are
To make-
risk and reward evaluators. This is
Make
you get
these
paid,
decisions, bro.
You get paid to
That's what
make
it-
the
Yeah.
decisions, not me.
I mean,
Yep.
So, Ian, that's a fair point to make, but thing is, for the way I see it, it depends on Tua's play, obviously, but I don't see us getting to the playoffs if Tua is anything less than great, right? Maybe not spectacular, elite, amazing, but great. He has to be great in order to take this team to the playoffs with the state of our offense as it is currently. So,
I would
obviously, this is a
agree.
lot of speculation, but I don't see it being very likely that the team... it may be a foregone conclusion, but I don't see it as likely that the team moves off of Tua after he gets them to the playoffs and after everything that happens in the turnaround, especially when you've got a team like Carolina who doesn't care as much about the legal stuff and is a lot more desperate for a quarterback than we are. I don't see us, because the thing is, I think what the Dolphins are going to do is they're going to go to them and say, okay, look, so we've got Tua now, we're less desperate. How's 2 firsts sound? And they're going to go, ouch. And then Carolina's going to go, well, how about 3 firsts and Christian McCaffrey? And then they're going to be like, well, that's a better deal. Or something
you know what's
similar.
gonna happen? This is what I think. You're gonna get to a
That
point.
may be true.
If we make the playoffs, the question that they're gonna have to answer is this: if we make the playoffs now, are those pieces, the money and the pieces we're willing to give up for Watson, if we add that money to the roster with other players and we use those pieces for other players in the draft, does that make us closer to the goal than just using all of that and acquiring one player for a position that isn't the issue right now? That's what that's what's going to come down to is, okay, we got this position and it's not the issue of the team. It's actually one of the bright spots of our offense, but we can upgrade it in terms of where this guy is in his development and et cetera, et cetera. Or can we use those picks to upgrade those picks and money to upgrade the running back room, the receivers, and the offensive line? And then with Tua, are we ready to roll? That's what the question's going to come down for them. And I personally think the whole reason is, I think, take Tua out of the equation. People are going to be like, yo, what do you mean? And I've told EM this. If I invest all that money in players like receivers, running all the money and picks in players, offensive line, and running back, if Tua doesn't work out, but I got all those other positions set, I can just drop someone else in there.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's
But
easy to
that's
say that.
too much
but
common sense.
Who's going to be available? Really? I mean, first off, the upper tier guys.
What I'm saying is you can draft a bigger, stronger armed, or more athletic guy, or you can revisit the trade market, not this year, but next year when you have 2 first-round picks.
But how many of the upper from a trade or free agency perspective? How many of the upper tier guys right, the top 10 guys, how often do they come available? Not often. So we can sit here now and forecast that 2 years from down the road. But I mean, how likely is that? I mean, really?
Well, I mean,
So,
my thing is, 3 guys.
active.
We didn't think 3 guys like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Watson were going to be available but this offseason,
Right.
but it happened.
But
Carson Wentz got traded last year. You know what I mean? And so did,
I mean,
I'm just
Now,
saying,
can I throw this out real
lately
quick?
quarterback movements happening, and Carson Wentz made some big throws yesterday for them
he
to
did,
win,
but
bro.
he did. But Carson Wentz has been a train wreck the last 2 years. The worst quarterback in the league the last 2 years.
Okay, Carson
But
Wentz.
what I'm saying is, what you're seeing is a trend of quarterbacks are starting to be. Stafford became available this year. Stafford, if you look at him,
I think reason's right.
Stafford's like one of the more.
Look at what Nick Foles did.
People don't like him because he's in Detroit. People don't like him
this.
because he's in Detroit. Look at how many seasons over 4,500 yards Matt Stafford has to his name.
Any of those guys that you mentioned, are they in the tiers? Are they in the class of Deshaun Watson?
Stafford's playing.
No,
like
they're not. But
right now.
Stop. So,
and Aaron Rodgers isn't. What do you mean?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Russell Wilson. All those 3 guys are available this offseason. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Hang on.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you look over the 2 years, quarterbacks are starting to get traded now. It's not it's not happening.
They're becoming more
Stafford got
available.
traded. Like we would all thought Stafford was a lion lifer. And
Okay, I'll give you that. But look at those. They're all on the other side of 30. If you're gonna make that type of investment, do you want the younger, right? And we can make an argument that Watson is better than all of them except for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, only 2 years older than the option that you have now.
But what I'm saying is, but you're missing the point. You're narrowing it down to one person. I'm saying quarterbacks are becoming available right now. It doesn't matter whether they're shit or whether they're top tier. I mean, Rodgers came off an MVP season, and look at the trade talk that was surrounding.
Lamar might become available for all we know, right?
They might. Baker will become available because they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay Baker. They're not going to pay Baker.
Well,
I'm not saying go get Baker, but I'm just saying he'll become available.
Let me rephrase. Anybody that's just 2 years older than the option you have already in house, and Watson, based off his 2020 season, was at a top 3 level. There's nobody. I don't care. Matt Stafford. No. As much as I love Russell Wilson is not in the category of he's not on Deshaun Watson's level, in my opinion. So if you're the Dolphins, all of those guys, Stafford, Rodgers, Russell Wilson, they're all over 30, bro. You got an opportunity to get a guy that's better than them, with the exception of Aaron Rodgers, that's just 2 years older than the quarterback that you have already, bro. It makes too much sense.
I agree, but can I push back this real quick? Can I push back? So I agree with what you're saying. Yes, Watson, Tua at his level, Watson is better than Tua, and I agree. But my concern or my pushback in that is, if you allow a team to build a running game and an offensive line and a wide receiver group offensively and defensively, that what we have now, look at the situation with Nick Foles coming in as a backup. I'm sorry, but Tua is leaps and bounds ahead of Nick Foles. And that's not a question.
So, I would agree.
But I'm just saying, you also have to think, can you say the assets that we're going to put into bringing Watson in and allowing, Tua to build and to continue to improve, because he's still a young quarterback. He still has a lot of physical things to improve on. But if he doesn't work out, if you have the rest of the team built around a quarterback, even if Tua's not the guy, like Reason says, bringing in someone who is the guy, it's easier to do it that way. Does that make sense?
You're not going to have anybody at this level, at this age. That ain't happening.
No, I agree.
Which is my point.
But you don't necessarily need a guy at that level at that age if you have a full team. That's all I'm trying to say.
But I mean, wouldn't you want? I mean, man, I don't. That's why I said reason we've had this conversation multiple times. I love Russell Wilson, but he's 33. He'll be 33 next year, bro. I mean, I'm not saying I would move off of Tua for him.
He only had a down year because of that finger injury. He was balling before that finger injury.
Right,
and last year Wilson was in MVP talk for most of the year.
But my point is that age difference between Watson and Tua is huge for me. It's huge for me.
The 2 years.
That's not a question.
Well, that's what you got to answer.
That's not a question.
Look what Darth Vader asked.
The question is,
you got to see the front office needs to figure out where's Tua going to be in 2 years. Because you usually look at most of the trend at least.
That's what worries me.
If you look at the last 20 years, a lot of guys are winning on their rookie contracts, right? Like Roethlisberger, I don't think he won after he got paid. Mahomes, rookie contract. Russell Wilson, both Super Bowl appearances, rookie contract. Tom Brady, I think, is the only one that won after he got paid, and that was because he was he took the pay cuts and stuff too, right?
And that allowed him to have a full team.
Because you're able to, and this is just a fact. Watson out of the case. It doesn't matter if it's Watson or you got to pay whoever. Usually you can field a overall better team before you have to pay the quarterback.
I would agree.
Exactly.
But now, just like Tom Brady was willing to, to take less or whatnot and restructure and all that. Watson has come out and said that.
Dude, quarterbacks are getting paid $35 million, and he was taking $20 million, bro.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think we're gonna get that.
I don't even because
I don't even think we get that discount from a guy we drafted. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. But also, EM, real quick, with the Tom Brady thing, look at the situation where Tampa Bay, they didn't have that quarterback, but they had a good team overall. And he was saying Tom Brady was willing to say, hey, I'll take a little bit less, but you get me the weapons that New England refused to give me, that Belichick wanted to keep screwing me over on. And look what happened. I mean, I hate the guy. He was a Patriot and he killed us every year, but you can't discount the fact that he took less money to go to Tampa Bay, allowed them to get a good team around him, and look how successful he can be.
I mean,
Tom, my overall opinion.
It's possible.
Whoever disputed, I never disputed. Did I say something contradictory to that? I mean,
donated $5. Did how many Super Bowls have been won without Watson? He's not the only way to win. Well, yeah.
Nobody's saying that. Who's saying that? Nobody's saying that, bro.
They're saying what is the best.
But it does sound like it because there's only one person that you are suggesting that we should get.
Because he's the only.
Let me say this. It's not just EM Dog. I didn't put this out in the universe, bro. Listen to the credible, credentialed NFL people. Kurt Warner himself, and he loves to. What did that man just come out and say last week? He said, if you listen, I'm paraphrasing here, but what he said was, listen, bro, when you have a generational talent like Deshaun Watson, hell, to his own man, Trent Dilfer even said it on Rich Eisen's show, bro. This is not a conversation to be had if you look at it objectively, if you're judging basically on the field. It's not a conversation to be had, bro. It's just not.
Agreed.
You get that guy and you move heaven and earth to get one of those guys. And it's three guys in the league right now.
But that's the thing, though.
And I agree, but
here's my opinion.
How about if we develop one of those guys?
Okay, one at a time. Everyone, one at a time.
the only thing I want to say real quick, EM, is the only difference is I agree with you. It's just the amount of compensation and how it affects the overall team. That's my only concern. That's it.
And
I think this is the root cause.
fair.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this is the root cause of why some people don't want Watson. Okay? This is what it all boils down to. It's really simple. Quarterback is not a need. That's a luxury trade.
Right.
That's the issue. That's the issue at hand. Is that's not a need. Yet we've got so many other needs that need to be taken care of before we can even be considered a legitimate quarterback contender. We are not a quarterback away. We are not.
The Browns are a perfect example.
As far as the playoff
Tampa Bay Buccaneers were one.
As far as making the playoffs, absolutely we are.
Winning is the ultimate goal.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not just about making
and
the
we
playoffs.
Are not.
It's about.
I get it, but
and if we make the playoffs this year, then how does that mean we're a quarterback away?
No, okay, well you can make the argument that
offensive line is a bigger need, receivers are a bigger need, running back is a bigger need right now.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
well, if we make the playoffs with the way the roster is currently constructed, and we're one and done, well, a legitimate argument can be made. Well, you might need a greater quarterback. You might need a more established guy to get you to the next level.
Here's my opinion.
I don't agree, but
the Watson trade feels perfect, right?
It feels. No, here's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not just a take this guy out and replace him, and we do the same thing, and it's better.
No,
that's not how. Like Watson could get hurt. Watson could throw a bad pick at a key time. I mean, like it's just not. Take this guy out, replace this guy, and we go further because this guy took us this certain distance. Like, I want people to understand that that's not how this works right now. And the whole thing is, we still lead the NFL in pressures.
Lack of running game.
We are the worst team after contact in the running game in the NFL still.
Okay.
And when Waddle's not on the field, I pulled up the next gen stats for everyone to see on our post game. Did everyone notice all of a sudden we couldn't separate without Waddle?
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. We're not
but again,
Watson doesn't cause all these guys to separate. Guys don't end up blocking better because Watson is there. The running game all of a sudden doesn't just show up because Deshaun. Like those are certain areas that need to be taken care of because they're individual areas. That's why the quarterback is the most dependent position on the football field, like ball game talks about, because it relies on so many other cogs.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Going.
I agree with it, but with again, obviously, if you're paying that type of price tag to acquire him, we're not going to have the resources in terms of the draft. But I think I think we have enough foundational pieces with this team to where you can acquire him and use your free agency money to supplement the offensive line accordingly, right? And I think Watson is better equipped to deal with, not having a top 10 offensive line. He's proven that. I mean, his numbers.
But I don't want numbers. I want Super Bowls.
But again, but you have to have a player perform at a high level,
Dan
bro.
Marino, bro.
I agree 100%. I agree.
Watson,
but if you look at
a high level,
and this comes down to
Watson has been a winner at every. Watson has been a winner at every single level.
4-12 is not a winner, dude. That just
except two situations.
I'll kind of offer a little pushback on the 4-12 record because last time I checked, the Buffalo Bills in the 80s had 5 Hall of Famers and they were 4-12 with Bruce Talley, Jim Kelly, and all those guys, and Darryl Talley. For one season, they went 4-12. So you could survive a 4-12 record.
Hold on a sec. Jim Kelly went to 4 fucking straight Super Bowls.
Exactly. That's what I was saying, bro.
After that 4-12 season. Exactly.
But also, what I want to say
that's my point. You can survive a 4-12 season.
Gotcha.
But I also want to say to Yam's point.
You're calling him a winner, but he hasn't won anything. That's what I don't understand.
Well, you're calling Tua a winner.
I didn't call Tua a winner.
I hear y'all every stop. I hear y'all every damn night talk about Tua the winner. Tua won this. Tua won that. So stop.
Dude,
I heard all y'all saying. Stop it, man. Stop.
Why
can I ask you this?
I've said he has winner's DNA because he wins games he shouldn't win. That's what I've said.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for you
give this
too.
to
Yeah,
Ian.
And
you're always here.
people, I want to throw this out there. This is just a fact,
Yeah.
bro. If we're gonna analyze everything, all the data, bro, we're just not gonna cherry pick and choose of what we want to emphasize. Listen, when you talk about winners' DNA, let's go back to college and compare the two players, right? Deshaun Watson put Clemson on the map. He put that team on his back, and he was the driving force to them winning a national championship over that Alabama franchise, over the Alabama team, right?
Okay.
So I hear people always referencing Tua as his collegiate winner. He's done this at Alabama, yada, yada, yada. But that year they won a national championship. Tua didn't start one game. Not one. Let's just be real here. So when you're talking about fundamental winner DNA,
it still was because of him that they won, though.
What's that?
Yeah, but I want to throw this in real quick. So yeah,
they won because of him.
I'm actually
he made one throw to change. I'm not diminishing, but when you're comparing the two, which one are you going to have? The guy that started every single game and put that team on his back to fuel and propel his team to the national title, or the guy that didn't start one game?
And I agree, but I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
No. I just want to say real quick. I think there's a little bit of difference where I do believe that Tua Tagovailoa had better weapons in his college career than Deshaun Watson had at Clemson, because I'm actually a South Carolina fan.
Go watch
I'm
Hunter
a Gamecocks
Renfro.
fan.
Go watch Hunter Renfro at Clemson, then, bro. Like I tore.
But that's what I was getting at.
Watson, bro.
That's what I was getting at. I'm a South Carolina fan.
He's still tearing it up.
There is no comparison to Hunter Renfro in college to what Tua had at his disposal for his 3 years. There is no comparison.
Go look at
and that's where I was getting at.
Hunter Renfro was an absolute stud at college, and actually, besides Waddle, he's been better than Judy at the NFL level. He's been better than Devontae Smith at the NFL level. What do you want me to say to you, bro?
That's what I was trying to say, because
that's debatable.
I'm a South Carolina fan.
Dude, Jerry Jeudy, did you want to watch the Jerry Jeudy has a serious
Waddle
problem
and what's got him pretty good
in the NFL right now, bro. He dropped
I think if you poll every GM, everyone in the National Football League, and they're going to ask you, who would you rather have, Hunter Renfro or Jerry Jeudy? I think probably 99.9% of them would say Jerry Jeudy.
But that's also because most people. No. But I want to say that most people they want the flash plays
coming out of college, but not based off their not based off their NFL performances.
And not only that, though. Wait. Not only that reason. A lot of things I want to say this because I'm a huge South Carolina fan because that's where I got my degree from.
And Watson had Mike Williams. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my big thing though is who I wish Renfro does not give you the same flash plays that Jeudy does. So you can't compare the two. You can't sit here and say,
have you even watched him at the NFL level? Jeudy doesn't give you flash plays at the NFL level, bro. He has not been good at the NFL level. Has anyone actually watched?
Dude got Bridgewater throwing.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. It doesn't
That's
matter.
what I'm trying to say. Reason I'm saying Renfro. That's what I'm saying. As Renfro,
come on.
What I said was
that's what I'm trying to say. Reason is Renfro. It doesn't matter who's throwing to him. Renfro gets open. He is a quick, decisive wide receiver. He's great at his route running, and he gets open on third downs and everything else. And Jerry Jeudy, yes, he'll give you that occasional big play, but Jeudy is not Renfro. That was my point. Is Renfro is much more
you're not
consistent.
listening to what I said. So y'all are literally are you trying to argue that Watson had more talent to play with?
No.
Okay. Well, that's my point. That's my point.
Jerry Jeudy has 377 yards right now. Hunter Renfro has 909. Jerry Jeudy doesn't even have a touchdown this year. Hunter Renfro has 5.
Exactly. My point is Renfro is the beast, boy.
I'm talking about your whole polling NFL GMs right now. I think they would take Hunter Renfrow over Jerry Jeudy right now. Jerry Jeudy has not been a good pro.
Yeah, exactly.
I still think. Well, I guess that's debatable. But listen, my point is fundamentally when people try to make that argument about winner, about winners' DNA. I mean, which one are you going to have?
I never mentioned Deshaun Watson's DNA. I talked about
not you. Not you specifically. I'm talking you.
National championship game that he was in was ridiculous, and Deshaun Watson's rookie year before he got hurt was fucking stupid. Before he got hurt,
yeah, very good.
My point is, like you were talking. The point came up that Watson is not a winner, and I'm telling you, the man is more. He's won at every level. He's won at a high level. He hadn't won a Super Bowl. His 2 years when he had support, when he had a more balanced team around him, he got 2 division titles. You could say, well, he was in the AFC South all you want to, but at the end of the day, that's what he has on his resume.
Right.
So when you talk about winning, bro, come on, bro. Tua hasn't won jack. When Tua was, and again, I'm keeping it 1,000. When Tua was on the national stage, when he was the guy at Alabama in Clemson, he did not win. They lost. And it's not all because of him, but he lost. That's just a fact. So you're talking about fundamentally a winner who has the winner's pedigree when you're trying to compare the two? It's not even close, bro. So that needs to stop.
I don't know if I agree with that because Tua came in cold as fucking ice, bro. Tua came cold as ice, bro. He came cold as ice in a national championship game coming off the bench. He's clutch. So that's the same thing that he's shown us. That is the exact same thing he has shown us. As a Dolphin.
So you're saying he's more? So I'm asking you. You're saying he's more of a winner than Deshaun Watson? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm saying that he has the clutch gene versus the guys who try to make Tua out to be, it was only the product of his wide receivers and the running game and whatever.
I
didn't. I didn't say you said that. I'm just saying that I want to put it out there.
There's no need for you to go on a 30-minute soliloquy about that point. I never said anything like that. What I said was, I'm talking about fundamentally.
I talked for 30 seconds, and you've been talking for two hours.
I'm talking about fundamentally as a winner.
And about Watson only, bro.
They both won national championships. He started the 1 year, he lost it. The next year he got injured, so he couldn't even finish out that year. But he probably, you can make that argument. He could have beat Burrow at LSU. Like, you don't know because that never happened.
Yeah, so funny enough, if Jerry Jeudy didn't drop a pass,
and I agree,
he would have beat LSU.
And then,
I agree 100%.
Okay, and the NFL, when I say that Watson's not a winner, he's not a winner in the playoffs, man. The guy hasn't done anything.
The man got to the divisional round twice.
He had all these stats.
The man went to the divisional round twice, and look who he lost against: the Kansas City Chiefs twice. He lost against the Super Bowl participant twice. That's who he lost against.
No, he did not go to the divisional round twice.
Yes, he did, bro.
Yeah, when they beat Buffalo and they beat the Colts in 1 year.
Oh, that's right. The first time I'm thinking of that. Yeah.
Absolutely, he went twice. And look who he lost against. So y'all sitting here, I just don't get when you try to use the argument.
Why do you want to give up?
I just hate all the praise you give to a player. It's not on a team.
As I said before, my whole issue is compensation.
The context of the situation is
y'all need to come up with a different argument to try to justify not moving into
hold on. But let's tell it what it is though. Deshaun Watson did not carry them to those divisional championships. He was a major contributor, but that defense was phenomenal at that point, bro.
Watson was the guy, bro.
Yeah, that Clemson D, bro, was fucking a beast, bro.
Go look at Watson only threw for like 26 and 27 touchdowns those years.
Yeah, he had a top defense.
Only.
He had a
Yeah,
top
that Clemson fucking D was playing crazy, bro.
And he had 14 interceptions on top of it, I'm pretty sure.
He had that
So he
top-
wasn't. My whole point is he was great, but he wasn't tearing their defense. That was when Jadeveon Clowney was probably at his best. J.J. Watt wasn't getting plagued by injuries right
Jadeveon
now.
Clowney was the South
Bernard
Carolina
McKinney
player,
and
not a
Zach
Clemson
Cunningham were in their best years. Even their safeties, Reed was at his top. Like that. My whole point is that was a more that was a well-rounded,
well-balanced team.
Yeah, that fucking defense in Clemson was
Did he contribute? Oh, fucking right he did. But I'm saying is it was a well-rounded team. What they were missing to make the run was they didn't have a good enough offensive line for him. That's what
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's why they made the Laramie Tunsil trade, because they're like, if he can get us to the divisional with a bottom 15 line, he can probably get us to a conference championship with a top 15 line. That's what I think the whole play was for Laramie Tunsil. Because Dwayne Brown was leaving, but Dwayne Brown was not on Laramie Tunsil's projection level. Laramie Tunsil was projected to be a top 3 tackle in the NFL. Dwayne Brown was never projected to be a top 3 tackle in the NFL. Like, they made that overinvestment because they're like, because if we get a top 3 lineman, that'll change our whole offensive line and we can go to the Super Bowl. And it obviously didn't work out. And then bad moves after that because Bill O'Brien started tearing the team apart.
Can I be honest?
You're right,
Miami.
But I will say this. The scary thing,
Miami Hall of Fame, Bill O'Brien.
The scary thing about Deshaun Watson is he actually still has ceiling to grow into. He's not done developing. That's the scary thing.
Do we trust
We should verify the NFL.
continued development, though?
Yeah, with our inexperienced offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches.
I've already talked about that. That I did not. I've already told all y'all. I do not trust. If this team, based on what this team has showed me in terms of building around Tua Tagovailoa, who they spent a 5th overall pick, I do not trust them as far as I can throw them to build around Deshaun Watson. Yet I'm going to be on their ass harder because it is far more imperative to properly build around Deshaun Watson if you are going to invest multiple first-round picks and pay over $30 million a year for him. There are no excuses. He becomes a higher priority than surrounding Tua Tagovailoa because we've never had a player at that position we've ever invested that much in. It becomes a totally different level, so they need to show me a level of investment and hitting on investments that they have not shown yet, because if Tua is a diamond in the rough right now, Deshaun Watson becomes your crown jewel with all with that money and with that draft investment. And you need to properly place that crown.
I would agree with that
in the
100%.
crown.
Yes, sir.
Now we are in complete alignment. I agree with that.
The only pushback I have
If they think
about
I'm hard, if they think I'm hard on how they've treated Tua, if they give Deshaun Watson if they invest all that stuff in it, you think I was calling for their ass badly now? Well, prior when we're on that 7-game losing streak, just wait. I'll be fucking tenfold on their ass because of what they've invested in that player. And it's not the player's fault. It'll be their fault.
Okay, if they get Deshaun Watson and aren't in a Super Bowl in 3 years, that's it. I don't care. They are not.
3 is too much, bro.
I'm giving you 2 years. You just completed your 3rd year. You have until the end of your 5th year contract to deliver me an AFC championship. If you do not deliver it, there is the door, my friend.
I told you, EM. My only issue was the amount of compensation.
Y'all thought the expectations were real heading into this season? Go trade for Deshaun Watson and let me know. Come back to me after you see everyone's expectations.
And they should be.
want it next year. It should be. They gonna want it.
Here's my one of my ultimate opinions on the whole thing. It's like, look, I get that this team, in theory, if you took Tua out and replaced him with Deshaun Watson, this team is better. But I don't think Deshaun Watson is the right move long term. I think Tua's projection long term, for me personally, is going to be more successful, if not more talented. Right? Probably not ever going to be as talented as Deshaun Watson. He's just a physically superior athlete. But I think Tua's projection long term is more successful than Deshaun Watson. And if you're giving up, if you're giving up all this stuff for Deshaun Watson, you're going into win now mode. And yes, it may seem like the perfect trade now because we have the cap space for it. We have the picks for it. But
I think that's ridiculous.
It's not.
That's fine.
If I had
Okay,
to
fine.
trade-
You know what's crazy? Okay, you know what's crazy? That's
People
fine.
need to realize if we get
CT
Deshaun
said it
Watson,
right.
if we get Deshaun Watson, I don't need 4,800 yards. I need efficiency. The number that I looked at with him that impressed me the most about his season last year is his touchdown to interception ratio. Give me that.
Right.
Do not care about your 5,000 yards. Don't give a shit. If you're going to give me 30 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, that's an improvement because I believe he was like 27-14 the year before. And then before that, he was like 25-12. So, like, give
that
me
efficiency,
30
right.
to 7.
Which our Pro Bowl,
That
which
ratio is
our
what it
Pro Bowl,
was.
I'm talking about passing, not rushing, by the way.
Right.
But still, those numbers that you just highlighted are still Pro Bowl worthy numbers, bro.
You and I disagree on whether or not Tua will be more successful. That's fair. Your opinion is your opinion. No, not going to discount that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that giving up Deshaun Watson, to me, that is a desperate move for a team that thinks that they can win now. And what happens in a few years when you do have to start reckoning with the cap, because we've got a lot of rookies on our team that are going to need to get paid. What happens if you don't hit on 3 major draft picks in a single draft, right? What happens when we start looking like the Texans or we start looking like every other team that has that elite quarterback that they're paying $40 million to, right? I don't want to be that team. I don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket, which is Deshaun Watson. I don't want to invest 3 firsts in any player.
When he's played 16 games, so I'm not counting his rookie season, even though it was ridiculous. He put up 19 passing touchdowns in 7 games as a rookie. But anyways, so 2018, 2019, 2020, he was 26-9, 26-12, and then 33-7.
That's crazy efficiency.
That 26-9 and that 33-7.
That's elite efficiency.
You give me that. You give me
Right.
that.
The ratio.
Well, yeah, and that's great. But the problem is can you build the team out around him?
That's
my issue.
That's always the question.
They're gonna have to hit on what little money they had. They're gonna have to hope Watson draws in people, and then you're gonna have to be spot on with your draft picks. There's no
That should be the approach regardless of who's on your roster, whether you got a $40 million quarterback or not.
But that's not true.
I agree with you 110%. But like I said, the margin for error becomes
0.
Exactly. See, and that's where those two things are different. EM is. Exactly. It's just much different when you say, hey, okay, I got my franchise quarterback, but what am I going to build around him? And in the same sense, if you give all of those first and second round picks up to get Watson, which, yes, I agree, physically and all that is better, but how can this team prove to us that they can build around Deshaun Watson or anyone who's the quarterback of this team, period? And that's where I have the issue.
Either scenario, they're not bulletproof. There are holes in both approaches. But at the end of the day, at this league, okay, that's why GMs they're killing themselves trying to find elite play at that position because that fuels.
Hey guys, I gotta go. God bless.
Team,
Yeah, I have mad respect for you, man. Have a good night and fins up, bro.
Salute, homie. Salute. So I'm not saying get Watson. That's gonna guarantee a Super Bowl. It's not. But when you have the way this league goes, and we know this, when we look at the playoffs, bro, we see the same cast of characters every single year, bro. And you got to have one of those guys just to be able to compete. If you don't, you're in a situation like the Cleveland Browns. So all I'm saying is it's not a guarantee, but he is more of the proven commodity at that position. And if you have a proven commodity at that position, your chances are greater for competition as opposed to the lesser tier guys. And I don't care how much talent you put around them. Baker Mayfield is a prime example of that.
See, honestly,
you can't construct a better team than what Cleveland has, bro.
I agree with Ronnie. If you trade for a player like Watson, then you have to do what Tampa did with Brady and give him sane personnel. I actually agree with that.
Oh,
I
that's
actually
why
agree
Will
with you.
Fuller's here. That's why Will Fuller's
Will
here.
Fuller ain't gonna be whether he comes or
Yeah,
not. Will Fuller ain't
Will
gonna be
Fuller.
here.
That's why Will Fuller's here. That's why Will
It's
Fuller's a
fucking
Miami Dolphin.
Robert.
How dare you say his name on this channel?
Bro, he's
that's
guilty
Roddy
of
White.
We talked
fucking.
about that as soon as we got him. We remember
That's
the conversation
Roddy
we said, bro.
So
I guarantee
That's
I
a
have a question.
felony, bro.
Seriously,
Hey,
I have a
that's a
question.
felony
it is.
right
Hey,
there.
I agree.
That's
I'm
Millions
always,
of dollars,
I think-
that's a
I am
felony.
as
And
Just,
frustrated.
My
I
only
am.
issue, boys. This is my issue. We've had to run this RPO, and it's not because of Tua. It's because of the lack of a run game and the lack of protection. What worries
Exactly.
me is like, so what? We get Watson, we drop back, and the guy gets fucking killed. Like that's
yes,
what I'm like.
sir.
That's what I'm like. Oh man, like
Can I?
like you have to. Honestly, man, the stuff I'm hearing about the offensive line, whether we get Watson or stick with Tua, doesn't really matter. It's really concerning me that they might only look.
What do you mean about that reason? What do you mean? Can you say that publicly or what?
Yeah. What I've been told is that they're probably going to move forward with Eichenberg, Hunt, Dieter, and Jackson next year, and maybe only add a tackle in free agency.
Oh my God! If fucking
That's
Jackson is still on this goddamn team,
And that's what
I'm
Watson
gonna
or
revolt,
Tua.
one
bro.
addition. That's it, huh?
That's
I'm
what
gonna
Watson or
revolt.
Tua.
That's with Watson or Tua. It does not matter who the quarterback is.
I agree, but God damn it, if Jackson is on this team, we gotta revolt,
This
bro.
is what I've told you. You remember how we were talking about like EM and we were talking about Tua and Watson last week, and I forget what we were talking about specifically, but I mentioned to you that I've been told Greer's stubborn with his draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that comes down to. This I've been told he doesn't want to give up. Like he thinks these guys are going to work out, and I
agree.
I think I'm telling you right now, I think Dieter and Hunt are the only legitimate starters on that offensive line right now. I think everyone else is at best a backup. I think Jackson and Eichenberg and Davis would all be competing for second string, and whoever loses the battle becomes a third string guy, like in camp. I don't think any of them would be starters on another team. Like, have you seen Hunt over the last 5 or 6 weeks? Hunt's been one of the top graded offensive linemen in the NFL at guard.
Just like he was at tackle.
He's starting to settle in, right? Like he's starting to settle in and shit. You know what I mean? Like I think Hunt and Dieter are the only guys that are like I personally would be spending. I would be getting a $40 million. I would be spending on 2 tackles and a center, and I would have Dieter as my left guard. I would have Hunt as my right guard. I would go after Ryan Jensen as my center this year, and then I would go and sign 2 tackles, either sign 2 tackles or sign 1 and draft 1. But because this draft class for tackles,
that's somewhat disappointing.
That's
somewhat disappointing to hear that. But
this draft class is deep. The interior class and the tackle class this year are really good, like really good.
That's what I was gonna say. I agree. Reason. I think that we got to get one proven veteran. We got to get a guy who is inexplicable, no nonsense, no nothing. And if you want to sign a second and third guy veteran, I'm okay with that. But if you want to prove to, again, it comes all down to what the whole philosophy is building a sustained winner. I don't want to continue to play the lottery game in the draft. Stop playing the lottery game because it's obviously not working for us.
We have enough.
You know what I mean?
The whole thing. If you sign, think about this. If you sign 2 tackles and a center, at worst you have guys that can be your depth guys, but they're all going to be starters. But anyways, if you were to sign Ryan Jensen, Terran Armstead, and like another tackle, think of all the flexibility that gives us in the draft. Now, guess what? You can draft a running back in the 20s and no one's going to blink an eye. You can turn around and draft a receiver in the 2nd round. No one's going to blink an eye. You can draft a linebacker in the 1st or 2nd instead, and your defense is basically done. Like, think of the flexibility if you finish that offensive line in free agency with proven commodity. That's the whole thing. Like, other than running back and like receiver depth, everything, like they could very well go off and draft a cornerback if he falls into the 20s, and none of us would blink an eye because we know we got Waddle and the offensive line is taken care of. Like, because we know with that offensive line, they could return with Lindsey and Duke Johnson for another year, and we could probably get 1,500 yards out of the two guys, bro. Like, because the offensive line is taken care of. Like, we could go with Devontae Parker for another year if he stays healthy because the offensive line is taken care of and Tua's going to have more time. We could be, we can have a totally different schematic strategy with now our quarterback's going to have time. Ditch being a fully based RPO and now go from a progression base to sprinkling in the RPO. Like the offensive line fixes it has such a ripple effect across the
100%.
team that it's like just figure it out, whether it's Watson or Tua. Get that shit. Like I want the offensive line figured out, and y'all know I want Devontae Adams. I've been preaching that for a couple weeks. Or Allen Robinson or Michael Gallup on the chin. I want that offensive line taken care of before we even just look at the receiver market. Like, fix it. And you know what? It's okay. Just like I tell Tua haters, it's okay to admit he had a good game. Just like I tell overzealous Tua lovers, it's okay to admit he had a bad game. Guess what, Chris Greer, Brian Flores? It's okay to admit you whiffed on some picks, and it's okay to replace him after 2 years. You're willing to replace Tua, who's not a problem after 2 years, but you're not willing to replace a guy like Austin Jackson, who's a glaring fucking issue after 2 years, or Eichenberg, who after year one looks like he's doing his best fucking Austin Jackson impression. So, you tell me what's going on here and what's right and wrong, because it ain't adding up to me, bro. So it's okay to admit when you whiffed, bro. It's okay. If you're listening, Chris, it's okay. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to give you more props for admitting you whiffed and righting the fucking situation.
Yeah. Imagine Armstead.
Hold on,
Jensen.
Hold on, bro. EM is trying to go. EM, go.
You know what? Go ahead, CT.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, CT.
Go, EM. Go.
No, I was just gonna say, man, that was so well received. Reason when you said it's okay to the Tua haters, Tua had a good game, and the Tua lovers that he had a bad game. That was so well received, man. I don't get why when I say it, man, people are just trying to
because you tell them to go fuck themselves in the same sentence, bro.
That's why.
Oh man, bro.
Exactly.
Anyways, CT, go ahead, bro. CT.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, imagine again. We have all this cap room, and this is my issue. So imagine Armstead, Jensen, and Allen Robinson. So we are absolutely it's an astronomical amount of improvement, both on the offensive line, no matter who we have at running back. If you want to bring back Duke, if you want to bring back Gaskins, if you want to bring in somebody new, but just salary cap speaking, you get a guy Armstead, Jackson, Jackson and Armstead. Think about that. How does that improve exponentially? Not only the offensive line and the running game and the receiver core with having Robinson in there as well, because unlike DVP, he can actually stay healthy. Just imagine what Tua in this offense can be. And I think a lot of people discount that. Look at last week, even though Tua had one of his worst games as a pro, having the running game became so successful for Tua. Imagine if he had that consistently. Please, somebody tell me if he had that consistently.
I don't know.
We're an absolute second, third round playoff team, if not a Super Bowl team.
Ian, I got a question, man. So if Tua wins out and we make the playoffs, does that not make Tua a proven player? And at that point, why would you even want to go after Watson? Now, if Tua doesn't make it there, I'm with you. Like, if Watson's cleared up, or whatever, yeah, go after him if Tua can't get this done. But if Tua gets this done and he makes it to the playoffs, to me, that's proven, because you're saying Watson's proven, but again, Watson hasn't done anything in the playoffs. Maybe he won a couple games, that's it. Like, what if Tua wins a game or almost wins a game and it's not Tua's fault? Like, I think he's proven something there. And I wouldn't give up the farm. I wouldn't give up the farm in that scenario because we're not one player away. And Tua would prove it to you. Like, that's where I'm at on this Tua thing.
Tua hasn't proven that he's the problem, that he's a problem, but he hasn't proven that he's a solution either. And my point is, and I'm not saying Watson is the solution to win a Super Bowl because they haven't done it yet, but he's more of a solution than where Tua is right now. And who knows? And again, as much as y'all want to anoint him a franchise quarterback, there's so much more growth that needs to take place before you can say that objectively about Tua, bro. Primarily he's a scheme-specific player. Right now, look at the Baltimore Ravens. They're going through the same thing. There's a lot of anxiety surrounding, a lot of uncertainty from the standpoint of, can Lamar develop into that guy? Look at the situation that they're going through right now. So all I'm saying is, Tua is not in my opinion. Now, you guys' opinions, I'm not killing you for that. I'm just saying there's so much more growth that needs to take place before you can anoint him.
Has he shown you he's worth investing in around him?
Absolutely. How many times do I have to say that?
That's
man?
where I'm at. I haven't called him a franchise quarterback yet, but I've said I think he's worth investing in.
I mean,
he can be.
Absolutely. How many times do I have to? It's again, people are not. They don't listen. All they hear is Watson is the better player. The Dolphins should move off of Tua and acquire him in a trade, but they don't hear. Okay, they never hear. They forget, because I've been upfront about that, about me not moving off of him only for a player the caliber of Deshaun Watson at that age, playing at that level, et cetera, et cetera. So again, I'm not disappointed in Tua overall. Tua has been, like I said, I would be more surprised if Tua flames out as opposed to him becoming a consistent Pro Bowl player. That's how much I still believe in Tua. I just don't think he can ever get to that level.
And I agree. I don't think that he's ever going to get to.
I don't get what the problem is.
Well, he's never going to get to Deshaun Watson's level because he's not the same physical quarterback, and I agree. I just think that the only thing that gives me optimistic hope beyond all belief with Tua is he has proved to us, no, he's not the most physically elusive. He's physically arm strength capable, but he's still clutch. When the game is in his hands, even the times that our defense let us down this year, Tua has given us the lead in 2 games. And I'm not discussing Brissett and his, bullshit that he gave us at the beginning of the year. But Tua has given us in clutch time the ability to win games, and the defense has not come through. And even in the times that Tua, last week, had one of his worst games. Please. No. He had one of his worst games last week. Yes, EM. He gave us one of the worst games.
Has been driven for the last 2 years primarily by the defense. What are you talking about?
I agree with that, but what I'm trying to say is Tua gave us one of the worst performances in his career last week. The defense played very well last week, but you also have to say, was he not clutch? Did he not come through on a need to score drive to put the game away? And this is where I think that, again, Tua absolutely has improvements to make. But what I do not doubt about Tua Tagovailoa is his clutchness. He will win you the game if given all the opportunity to do it.
Hang on.
That's fair. Hang on real quick. I got a question for you, Reason.
Hang on.
Reason, I got a quick question.
Hold on. Let him go.
Hang on real quick. This UC3 M3M idiot in the comments. No, you shut the fuck up, you idiot. You shut the fuck up. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Reason. Go ahead.
Now I had a
Whoever
question for
that
Reason
fucking
about
clown
the
is in the
concern.
goddamn comment section, bro.
Stay out.
So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Reason. I was gonna say, I don't necessarily think it's a zero-sum game as far as giving up all of our assets for Watson. My question is to you: if they do pull the trigger on them, do you think we can offset and stunt some of the blow on what we would have to give up for him, and in return for what we can get for Tua? Because we know Tua is not chopped liver. Because we can get at least half of that back.
I don't think you're getting more than 1 first for him.
Because Tua is not chopped liver. We're going to get
maybe
a first and
one
a second
and a late round.
I think you could get. I think you could get a first and a third.
I think
a first and a third or first and a second. Yeah.
Because
at
what
least
he's
to
proven,
stunt some of the blow.
First
That's what
and a
I'm
third
getting.
seems
That's what I'm getting
baseline.
at. We have to offset some of that what we giving up. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that first and a second is a little optimistic.
I said a first and a third. You can get a first and a third for Tua right now.
I mean,
we can get at least a first. Yeah, first and a third. That offsets some of the stuff that we giving away.
Especially if we make the playoffs and they're trading them. Yeah, you can. Anyways, we're going to add EM. Go ahead, and then
his baseline.
Yeah.
I mean, he's proven he's a. I mean, that's his baseline. He's proven he's a starter, bro. I mean, he's above that, but what I'm saying, that's his baseline. So when you're talking about potentially trading for a player at that position, I mean, they go for late
want to hear
first round
something
picks.
crazy? If I was McVay, I'd put him in my back pocket for Stafford. If I was Shanahan, I would move off of Garoppolo and Trey Lance for him. I think, and if I was Sean Payton, I would show Winston and all those guys the fucking door for.
Hell yeah!
They would definitely give up a first and a third. Most likely, they would be the one that would do it. That would be the team that would give us the most.
Is a good priority too.
I mean, it's just a tough situation all the way around for Tua. I know. I mean, I've been consistent on what direction I would move into, but it's just tough for Tua, man. It really is, dude. I mean,
I think what Ian is ultimately trying to say is that he believes Tua is a good quarterback, possibly top half of the league, right? A solid starter and could potentially be more, but he wants that top 3 elite guy, and he thinks that Tua is not going to get there, or at least not nearly as quickly as we will get with Deshaun Watson, because he believes that is how you win. And it's hard to argue that Deshaun Watson isn't a better, or at least a more talented quarterback than Tua. Honestly, though, we've been on this conversation for feels like 2 hours, but it's probably at least been 1 hour.
God, if we don't trade for this guy, I'm sending him hate mail, bro.
Right.
I want all those hours of my life back, bro.
I know, right? I know, right?
The 20, 40 hours we've wasted.
But doesn't part of you want to see Tua go to the playoffs, then back out of the Watson thing, just to see all the Hold on. But a part of you, obviously a large part, is for the best of the organization. But isn't a little part of you want that to happen so you can see how all the actual Tua haters kind of like backpedal and what they have to say?
Reason.
I mean,
how many times?
Be interesting.
I want to see.
It's no doubt reason he has a high approval rating amongst the base. It's just a matter of the office, and the front office treats him like Atari 2600 and Deshaun Watson like PlayStation 5. That's the problem.
Oh my God, crypto wanted to go.
Wow,
crypto.
So, and let's be clear. EM has always been on record as not only for him, but the best thing for the organization is if Tua works out.
That's the best scenario.
So, and that is the best scenario. We should all be praying Tua works out just for the draft capital and money capital.
Exactly. If that happens, and again, and I would be much rather be sitting here screaming at the top of my lungs, bro, screaming "fuck you" to all of these idiots that came at me in Reason pre-draft 2020.
Right.
I mean, everything that we had to endure to draft him. I remember
those days, Reason.
Dude,
But
they
at
were
the end of the
brutal.
day, your play on the field has to speak for it.
Like I know we got 337 of you in the room right now, and we got people up here. Listen, you guys do not understand what we went through for saying Josh Rosen is not the guy, and we need to move forward and draft Tua. Like, dude, like
it was
people
crazy.
talking about our
brutal.
families. People were talking about
Crazy,
our
bro.
families. Like,
Crazy.
it was brutal,
I mean,
Crazy, man.
They were even threatening to pull up, bro. They was telling us drop the addresses, so we can pull up.
Oh, that's
over this conversation, bro.
over Rosen.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is we would always
yeah.
say, "Yo, Ballgame knows Josh Rosen in real life. His kids played with him." Ballgame didn't even get in his feelings like these guys were, and we're like,
okay,
look, this guy actually knows the guy. Y'all are never gonna
Mm-hmm.
meet this guy, and this guy's like, no, Ballgame would tell Josh Rosen, "Yo, you sucked this weekend." Like, you know what I mean?
It was brutal, bro. It was brutal, bro.
I didn't turn on Rosen until like off season after.
I hated
like,
Rosen coming out. After he got that shoulder surgery at UCLA, I saw too many bad habits with them, and I didn't like his arm coming out, and I think everyone was still stuck up on that big comeback he had early at his UCLA career.
That's what got him drafted. I was overlooking his
if you look at him at the intermediate level, he was fucking trash. And like when he got the shoulder surgery, because he had the big cannon before the shoulder surgery, he could make, not like Herbert level, but he could make the Herbert throws where he's laid on the read, but he can still hit the window because of his arm. But once he got the shoulder surgery, he kept doing that. He'd be laid on the read and think he could fit it in the window, and his arm wasn't there anymore. And it was like, what do you? And he never got it out of him. I never liked that kid. I thought that guy was like recent guys I hated, Mitch Trubisky. I hated Daniel Jones, and I hated Josh Rosen coming out like so much. When we played it for him,
it was brutal.
I was not.
It was
I was not against Rosen until pretty late. I was pretty in favor of like.
The only thing he could throw was a go route, bro, and that's the easiest route to throw. You know?
No, I mean that's fair, but
he made a couple of them in Miami.
That's the only route he could throw, and that was the easiest one to throw, bro. You just throw it up to a spot, bro. Fuck off.
I'm just saying I was pretty late off the Rosen bandwagon. And even I wouldn't go that far as to like actually threaten people.
And the thing is, bro, we would bring like evaluation type of takes, not like, yo, he's not good. We would tell you why he's not good and why Tua, etc. And this, remember, we were hyping Tua up large before the hip injury. When the hip injury happened, me and EM said we would still draft him if he passes their checkup. If they think he is healthy enough to draft number 5 overall, then we move. That's what after the hip injury. That's the only thing we said.
Yeah,
we check this out. We even check this out. I
got called a racist because all these people hated us in our evaluations. I got called a racist because I didn't like Jalen Hurts. I'm like, Tua is my number 1 quarterback in the draft. Have you looked at his skin color, bro?
Oh my God!
Like,
we even brought a video. We even gave TD a video to play. We even gave a video to TD to play on the Tuesday night panel of Stephen Ross trashing Josh Rosen publicly, bro.
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers still. Yeah, bro. Publicly.
You need to tell the people, like, give the context. Tell them what happened. Because EM showed me this. I'm like, no way. Showed me the video. I was like, no, watch this shit. Bro, it's hilarious. And it's even worse. It's even worse because it's kind of against the Jewish community at the same time, too. Watch this.
Tell him, bro. And Stephen Ross is the Jew himself, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He was on the show. I don't even know what show it was, bro. But they were interviewing him. And, they're going into their, his all his business away from football. And they're asking him specific questions about that or whatnot. And so they get to the football questions, right? So he goes, the guy asked him, if I remember correctly, I'm going to have to go back and look at the video, but if I'm wrong, refresh my memory.
Yeah.
He asked him a direct question about the quarterback situation. Oh, no. Wasn't it about, he asked him, do you have a Jewish quarterback?
Jewish quarterbacks in the NFL?
Yeah. That's what he said.
So
that's what he said.
Oh my!
He said, "Why aren't there any Jewish? Or are there any Jewish quarterbacks in the National Football?" He goes, Stephen Ross goes, yeah, we have one of our quarterbacks now. I wish he was a better quarterback, but he's Jewish. I said that publicly, bro.
It's over, bro.
He said that publicly on national TV, bro. He said, I wish he was a better quarterback, but yeah, he's Jewish. And guess what? These Rosen haters, bro, they were still coming at us after that, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't want to believe it. They first off, when I told, because TD said, he announced that we were going to be showing the video or whatever, they were saying we were lying at first. Because TD had broadcasted it like the day before, and then once we had the Tuesday night panel, that's when we showed the video. But the day before, we were, or maybe been a week before, or whatever, they were saying we were lying about the video and all this stuff. EM is lying, Reason is lying, yada, yada, yada. So when we put the video up there, bro, they were still trying to make that argument, bro. They still were coming at us, bro. It was ridiculous.
Oh, dude.
So,
you know what people don't remember, EM? Remember last year for the first couple of days of camp where Rosen was actually making some good throws? You remember? And with Tua, remember with Tua and Fitz before they traded him or whatever, or they cut him or whatever? You remember how it was like, oh, Rosen's winning the starting job.
No.
And they were like, nah, bro. And then literally like 2 days later,
no. Tell the whole story, Reason. If you want out here, I got nothing but love for TD. I got nothing but love for TD, bro. But this is a highlight of my life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Every time I think about this, bro, it just brings so much warmth and joy to me, bro, because TD started on Monday, right? He had Insanity Mondays.
Yeah.
He went in on Rosen talking about Rosen is going to start. Look at the reports that are coming out. I told y'all about Rosen, y'all.
Yeah.
He did a show on Tuesday. He did a show on Wednesday. He was foaming at the mouth literally on Wednesday, right? Going all in, right? Because that report about at practice, Rosen was supposedly
apparently he did. Yo, Travis Wingfield told someone privately that I know he looked really good for the first 3 days and then nosedived. Anyways, go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So TD was foaming at the mouth on Wednesday, and then Thursday he did another show, and he was talking about Rosen, bro. And they cut Rosen while TD was live, bro. That if you would have saw the look, I screenshotted. I screenshotted TD's look, bro. So I have it saved. If anybody's $5, I'll send it to you. But
NFT,
cash at me $5, I'll send it to you.
No,
but,
sell it as an NFT, bro. Make it real.
Right,
bro. The look on TD's face, bro, it was priceless, man. It was absolutely.
Yeah, you said
priceless.
that to him on his show. You
told him. I tell him every day. Every time I talk to him, I try to make it a point to bring that up, bro. So, bro, it was.
What game was it? TD,
yeah.
What game was it? I remember. Was it after the Cowboys game where TD was like, "We found our franchise guy" or whatever it was?
No. It was that. Damn, I always forget who we were playing in that game.
Talking about when he got cut on live air?
No. Remember?
No.
Remember, he started 3 games for us, and one of those games he started, I'm pretty sure after he went live, TD was like overly hyping him up, being like, "Yo, we found our franchise guy" and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
after 2. He made two NFL quality throws in that game.
Yeah.
But TD said he was our guy. But I try to make it a point to remind TD of that what transpired, a year and a half ago. But yeah,
TD
it was crazy though.
TD just has PTSD, post Tannehill syndrome, bro.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean?
So
we
got to give him a pass in that regard. So, but it was crazy. Yeah. I think, to be honest with you,
good times, bro. That was good
I know
times,
a lot of people. They are just devoted. They are emotionally invested into it. But it was worse than Rosen, bro, because Rosen did nothing to warrant that type of dedication. Nothing. He was a train wreck.
Like at least we can understand why people are overly loved to, whether it's his religious beliefs or who he is as a person, his family values, but also his play on the field.
Exactly.
Rosen gave you like none of those things.
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Bro. Yeah. He was a dick off the field, and he was an even worse football player on the field.
Reason. Remember the video your boy from the video you just dropped? What's his name?
Oh, Strong Opinion Sports, Zach.
Strong Opinion Sports. Remember the video he did, bro, about Rosen?
And remember he did 2 of them, and people kept attacking him, and then he did a third following up. Why are people attacking you?
Man.
Yeah, he did. He had to do 2 videos, bro. 2 videos.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
It was crazy, bro. It was bananas.
Yeah, people. I never got that. Why so many people were sold on Josh? He gave Tua's giving you wins and tangible evidence, to support him. Rosen, gave nothing.
Barely any college
And like,
tape,
you know what?
you know.
Like, Tua at certain points, all of us up here up here have agreed Tua doesn't have the best opportunity or the fairest of circumstances. But yet everyone all the Tua haters are the same ones that were preaching Josh Rosen didn't get a fair shot. It's hilarious, bro.
I know, right? I know.
Because a lot of the Tua haters were the Rosen truther. I call them Rosen truthers, right? We're all the Rosen truthers, right? And a lot of they just shifted like, they got rid of my guy for this guy, blah 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 blah. You know, like it's on Twitter.
They were talking about pulling up, man, over this Rosen conversation, bro.
Over players they'll never meet, bro.
Crazy.
Or you got idiots like Dane Grease over here, like Dane Greasy, because he's such a greasy individual, ending friendships over players he'll never meet, bro.
Like, I'm not proud of my Rosen take, but I am proud of the fact that I'm willing to admit that I was wrong on Rosen and that I was able to move forward and say, okay, well,
that guy's greasier than a pig in a pen, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm with you on that one, too. We're all wrong on Rosen.
I don't think. Hold on.
That's some funny stuff, bro.
You may all have been wrong on Rosen, but me and EM weren't.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what?
You know what's crazy? If you actually look at it, because we can all agree, Tua has at least shown you he's a competent NFL starter, but we obviously
100%.
more. But he's at least shown you that, right? So
that's
if you think about it,
the baseline.
if you think about it, me and EM were right about the whole situation. We were right about Rosen, and then we were right about
whether Tua's on the Dolphins or not.
Yeah.
The evaluation is about the player.
All that
it's not about the team, right?
So it's
about the player.
And arguing and bickering for nothing.
Right. It's about the player, regardless if he's on the team or not.
We were defending our correct takes.
That dude said Damian Greasy. That is hilarious, dude.
Bro, more grease than a can of Pam, bro.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I'm
dude.
gonna
That
say
is
this
funny.
about this show. It is fun to be here on Phinside the NFL After Dark.
Yeah, I know.
This is this might be funner than
what was I
regular
was
show.
thinking about yesterday. Oh, this is what I said to someone, bro. I don't want to hear anyone ever tear on my freaking player evaluations ever again. Jonathan Taylor is MVP, bro. And EM over no one knows I wanted Jonathan Taylor almost just as bad as Tua, bro. And this guy's a freaking MVP, bro.
Yeah.
If we would got worse Tua and Taylor, our offensive line right now, bro, and our offense right now, the trajectory with just those two players.
Yeah.
Because imagine you would have your four guys and no Jesse Davis. You know what I mean? And no Austin Jackson.
With those two.
And no Austin Jackson. No Austin Jackson and no Jesse Davis.
You're right.
Because we're be here.
I mean, if we
and we'd have a running.
I think if we could redo that draft, because it was the Austin Jackson draft, right? The 2020 COVID draft. That I think if we could all redo that, I think there's a lot of picks. I personally would probably have grabbed Cesar Ruiz with the second first round pick and the third first round pick. I mean, I'm not saying I would have grabbed the running back, but Jonathan Taylor, pretty high on the list.
Bro, that was my guy when we were doing our stuff on TD, bro. Like Wirfs, Tua, and Taylor were like, and Winfield Jr. was me and EM's guy, and we loved Raekwon Davis too.
Oh, I loved Winfield.
But like those were like our guys of like, yo.
We made up for that pick though. We made up for that pick.
Yeah, we did.
For the with Holland.
With Holland.
Yeah.
Still haven't made up for that running back pick though. Damn.
We still hadn't made up for that right tackle either, bro.
That running back pick we had made up for.
So.
And what's crazy too is I remember that draft the night before. Me and you were did a mock draft for everyone, and we were educating everyone on Robert Hunt and Saul McKinley and how they'd be like an ideal fit for us. And then we drafted them like 2 days later. It was crazy.
I tell you, the accuracy that first draft, bro, especially the first draft. That and I think that was the first one for Phinside the NFL as a whole. That was crazy, bro. You know what I mean? You know, and it was just crazy the accuracy. Now, you know, I'm not tooting our horns or anything like that, but I mean, it was just crazy. A lot of the plays that we talked about privately leading up to that point, and then to have the show, and then they had the draft, and they actually draft some of the players.
Yeah.
A lot of players that we like, bro. It was ridiculous. So, you know, you cannot like.
I'm taking my victory.
Reeves.
I'm taking my victory lap on this draft too, because everyone knows how much I loved Waddle, Holland, and Phillips. So I'll run a little lap. I didn't think we'd take Hunter Long though. There's no way. If you would have told me we're taking a tight end, and you see how Quinn Miners is playing right now, and it's like
no one saw that pick coming.
Like Quinn Miners is moving. That guy looks like a man among
Josh Rosen gets cut.
They got him in the third round too.
Yeah, I did.
This guy found the show where Rosen gets cut, bro.
Oh, who found it? Who found it?
John.
I did. Oh, did he really? Yeah. Damn. Did he really?
I went through.
And then me and EM went live. And then me and EM went live, and we opened our show. Like I think we laughed for like 5 minutes straight. So,
I'm gonna find that.
I'm pretty sure we just searched Phinside the NFL Josh Rosen cut. And remember, I had that meme. Yo, you remember we dropped the meme?
Oh,
do you remember the meme at the bus stop with the tickets?
Oh,
you remember the meme with you driving the bus and me handing out the tickets to people?
That was epic.
Bro. Oh, that meme's the thumbnail, isn't it? Right? Like that.
So he found. So he found the TD video. You found a TD video, bro.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I highly recommend. You know, anybody that hadn't seen it, I highly recommend that video. And
I recommend both videos.
Yeah. Pull up the live chat, bro, because you can see me troll. I was trolling the hell out of TD, bro. He was ignoring me at that time, but you know, we moved on.
Yeah, yo, look at this. Look at this. Is when we used to rock the old thumbnails, bro. Check this.
Oh man, that was fun.
Remember this? Look at this. See, I'm handing out the tickets. Josh Rosen is front in line, and you're driving the bus.
Yeah.
I remember that meme.
Oh my god!
And
bro.
I put it on a shirt for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Classic, bro.
Oh my god, bro.
Good stuff. And nice picture of Rosen walking off like he doesn't know where he is. Good times.
Whatever happened?
Memories.
I know, right?
All right, boys. About 3.5 hours deep. Let's start getting some final thoughts. John, we'll start with you.
Just win tomorrow, man. That's all I want in life right now.
Big dub.
Absolutely.
Wow, 3:30 and there's still over 300 people in the room.
If we are 8-7 after going 1-7, after starting 1-7, that's crazy, man. Like most insane thing ever. Who would have thought?
Gene, I think Elam is amazing, and he shouldn't be dropping. He's a very talented corner. Logan, your final thoughts?
Yeah, man, super. I have a lot of anxiety about this game today. Bro. Now it's today, right? So, but I can't wait. We should just take care of business for sure. And my thoughts are like, I think I've already said it. Like, if Tua wins out and we make the playoffs, to me, that's proof that we should go forward with him and not waste assets.
That's fair. That's fair, man.
That's just my personal opinion.
I agree.
That's fair.
But I do understand where the talk comes from. I wouldn't understand it if that situation happened, to be honest. Like, that's where I'm at. But anyways, guys.
Yeah, because you've proven you can make the playoffs with him with a team deficient in areas. What if they're not deficient? How far can you really go?
1-7 to do something
Dude, even if we don't make the playoff, listen, if we don't make the playoffs, but we finish the season on a 9-game winning streak and we finish 10-7. I mean, I know there's a barely under 1% chance.
No, there is no. We win against the Saints. We are the 7th seed.
Yeah, we are the 7th. Yeah.
No. I mean, if we win out. If we win out, I think I think what would have to happen is the Raiders need to win out and tie us, and we need to be in the 7th seed.
Oh no.
And we're the only 2 teams, and then they would knock us down.
There's no.
They have a tiebreaker. Isn't the conference record first?
That's it. Yeah, be the conference.
No, when it's 2 teams, it's head to head. When it's 3 or 4 teams,
then it's conference
record. That's why we're ahead of them right now, even though they have the head-to-head tiebreaker. It's because us. If we win tomorrow, it would be us, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Raiders tied at 8-7.
Right, we got the
So
better
we
conference
so
record.
so we don't control our destiny if
No,
we win
We
out?
have like a 99.8% chance.
So
it's something like there's like a 0.1% chance or something stupid.
So
Okay.
the Raiders would have to go 10-7 and be the only other team to go 10-7.
I think that's it. Yeah, right. That's it.
Okay, but that also requires that the Patriots lose against the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Damn. Who? Wow. So if the Raiders went out and finished 10-7, and we went out and we finished 10-7, the Raiders will be the 7th seed. Is what you're
According to
saying?
Adam Beasley, there's no scenario where we can miss
Yeah,
the
that's what I
playoffs.
thought. I saw a lot of people.
If we win out,
yeah.
there's no scenario where we can miss.
We
the
went out,
playoffs if
yeah.
we went out.
Yeah.
That's according
Well,
to Adam Beasley.
Regardless,
he said that
Tua
on
would have
Twitter.
done something historical, right? Going 1-7 and getting us to 10-7, and he would be a contributor in that.
No, the
So,
team
to
would have
me,
made history.
that's-
Tua would have been a part of it.
right? And to me, that's
A big part.
more than
A big
enough.
part.
That's just
A big
my
part.
personal.
That's true.
A big part.
Yeah, it says I'm seeing it says 100% chance base if we win out based on 13,226 simulations.
Right. We literally control our own destiny. We don't
Okay,
have
look
to
at
watch no
check it
more.
what it says. Check it what it says. This is why what's confusing me. Watch, I'll show you. All right. So, you see how it says 96 and 94%?
Yeah.
I'm confused because under out it doesn't say 0%, it says less than 1%.
Adam Beasley could be wrong, but I just saw that on
But
Twitter.
see,
Now it says based
that's
on
probably just a rounding error.
29,000. Now they're saying 29,000 simulations. So that's why I don't know, because of it should say 0%, but it's saying less than 1%. So
Maybe
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a rounding error.
I have no idea.
Yeah. That's why they rounded it up to 100 because it's mathematically that's what they're giving us.
Let me see here for
So basically 100%.
before we
I
get
can
out
send
of
you
here.
the tweet if you want.
No, I don't need to see that. I have a playoff.
Let's see.
I have a playoff thing where I can go by the next couple weeks and have the Raiders win out and us win out. So hold on.
Crazy, man.
The playoff predictor on ESPN. Anyways, while I do this, who's next up? Marcus?
Sure, I guess I'll take it. I'm just glad that for once in a very long time, very rarely does this happen, that the universe smiles on the Dolphins and says, "Here you go, kid. Here's exactly what you need." Right? And outside of the Broncos losing their game, everything we needed to happen happened. So if we win, we at this moment we control our own destiny, which again we did last year as well. But the fact that we are able to do so is honestly a miracle, a minor football miracle that we're even in a position to do so. And I'm happy. I'm happy. I think that all of us should just sit back and enjoy the ride and save all the bickering till the off season, right? Because these next few games are going to be fun. Really fun. Hopefully we win them all. I really think we do. But yeah, this next game against the Saints, there's no way I see us losing, but it's an NFL team. Obviously, you can lose any game. But this is one of those must-win games where, there's no excuse for losing. But even so, it's still the Saints. It's still in... they don't call it the Superdome anymore. What do they call it?
I forgot they renamed it.
Yeah, it's
Somebody
the Caesars
renamed
Dome.
it.
Okay, well, it's still the Superdome to me. So it's still, it's still in New Orleans. So, anything can happen. But I have faith. I believe Finns are going to pull it out. Same thing against the Titans. Same thing against the Patriots. So here's to us making the playoffs, right? Which nobody thought was going to happen at 1-7.
My God, please.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this right
right.
now. I'm doing this right now, and we finished 10-7, and the Raiders finished 10-7. And so did the Colts actually, and we finished with the 7th. The Raiders are 5th, and the Colts are 6th.
That's what I got too.
So the Raiders still beat us, but
They just
still
have
get
a
a higher
better,
seed.
higher seeding. They have a higher.
It's just
Yeah.
a higher
So we
seed.
still make it in. Okay.
Yeah. So I think there is literally a 100% chance that thing was right earlier when I showed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't
So,
have to scoreboard watch no more. We
Nope.
can literally just watch the Dolphins now from here on out.
Yep.
And
nice.
if the Bengals beat, check this out. If the Bengals like win out and they beat Kansas City, we would get the Bengals in the first round.
Ooh.
Burrow versus Tua in round 1.
Oh, because they'll be they'll be the second seed.
Yeah, they'll be 11-6.
Yeah.
I think isn't there still a
That's
scenario where if we win 9 games, we win the division?
Yes.
I don't know.
No,
about
yes,
that.
if-
the Bills win 9
that would be
games.
impossible.
I think if the Bills,
the Bills
The
lose
Bills
out,
have to win 9.
Bills lose out, then we win. We win the division.
Right.
If we win out.
yeah, you're
Because
right.
we'll
We
tie
go
the
to 4th
Patriots
seed.
record, and we'll have
We
the
go to
Bills have
4th
to lose
seed.
out.
We go to 4th seed and they don't make the playoffs. And bro, if they lose out and the Patriots lose out, neither one makes the playoffs, and we get the 4th seed.
I don't
And
have
the
that
Chargers.
scenario.
We get the
sneak
4th
in.
seed.
Yeah, the Chargers would be the 7th seed. We'd be the 4th seed. We'd be against Vegas at home.
Ultimately, yeah, none of that matters. What
Yes,
really
Vegas.
matters is the fact that we control our destiny
Yeah,
now.
we do. Yeah, just
That'll
win
be a
out.
rematch game.
Win and you're in.
I don't
When
know.
you're in-
I want an AFC East champion hat. You know.
So do I. They look pretty.
It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming.
Crypto.
3
your
more
final
weeks,
thoughts.
Logan. 3
And then
more
we'll
weeks.
Go to EM. Go Crypto. Your final thoughts, dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 more weeks, and that's pretty much it. It's one game at a time. You know, you guys realize if we go on another 6-game winning streak, we will be in the Super Bowl. Think about that for a second. So that's all it takes, a second 6-game winning streak. But hey, one game at a time. I think we could do it, man. You guys already know I'm optimistic. So my optimism is off the charts. So hey, we can get it done. I think it's possible. I think we can at least get to that 10-7.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we win the next 2 games, they better flex that New England Dolphins game to prime time. I don't want to hear shit because they don't have a night game yet.
Whatever is Sunday night, then right?
They don't have a night game. They don't have a night game on
Honestly,
Sunday, and they said they might flex Saturday games too.
I'd
They need to
kind of
flex
rather
both of
it
them.
be in the afternoon
Flex it
because
to
I
a
want that
Saturday
heat.
game
I want that
or
heat on
prime
the
time?
Patriots.
I want that prime time, man.
Yeah.
I want that
They
prime.
need
It
to
have to
flex
be a
that
Sunday night
Tennessee
game.
game as well.
I
They
want to.
definitely-
I want to beat the
that-
Patriots for a playoff berth in prime time. I want the
Me
nation
too.
to watch us.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, I
everybody
know. We
wants
need
it.
that.
And I want to watch the Rookie of the Year slip from Mac Jones's hands.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
Fair
see
enough. I'd rather
Bills
win
gave
than
the
watch us
blueprint
win,
how to
but you
beat.
know.
And then they're gonna have a
Bills.
cutaway of
Yeah.
Rashad Slater just grinning. You know, with that big old grin saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
it's mine now,
Mine now,
buddy."
bitch.
If they could just get by the Tennessee Titans, I'll
That's
feel
the game
so
that
much
worries
better,
me.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike Vrabel, we're gonna have to put him down.
Is it
man.
cold
We
in
gotta put him
Tennessee
down.
right now?
No, it's actually had a pretty warm spell down here lately. It's been like almost 60 degrees where I'm at. You know,
What happened?
I'm in
Remember when
DC.
Yeah,
the
it's been
Bills?
70s here too.
Remember when the Bills played Tennessee back in the day with that lateral
65.
pass on the kickoff, and that was snowing and stuff. So, the
Well, I mean,
snow
it's
part of
still, I
Tennessee-
mean,
Yeah.
it's just an unusual. I mean, it's just an unusually warm winter, bro, for the
Yeah,
country as a
world's
whole.
ending.
But
Like
World
it gets
Cup.
cold in
Chicago
Tennessee,
has
though.
no snow.
It
does.
gets cold there for
But
sure.
Seattle does.
But-
It just doesn't get
It's warm.
blistering cold. It's not like Buffalo cold. You
Like,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, it'll get a little chilly.
EM, your final thoughts, bud.
Yeah, man. Excuse me, bro. Salute to the panel, man. It's always a pleasure to engage and dialogue about our team, bro, with y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments that always shows up to show reason love. Even the idiots too. So yeah, man, I'm just, bro, I cannot wait for this freaking game. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight, bro. I really don't.
I know,
I really
me
don't.
neither, man.
I'm not. So, man, bro. Dang, man, excuse me. These next 3 games should be, they're obviously, we need to win to get in, but these should be statement games for Tua, to really, really, who knows what, how they feel about him long term, but he's really got a really big opportunity to cement himself as a franchise guy with these next 3 games. And, even, We all know how I feel about the comparison between the two players. But if Tua is able to achieve, you know, what we've been talking about, I mean, that's a major, major, major feather in his cap, bro. And it'll make that conversation as difficult as possible. And you know what conversation I'm referencing right now in the offseason? So I think all three games, I think I think you can chalk this W up tonight, considering all the players that they're not going to have. But, you shouldn't take a Sean Payton team lightly. He's going to have them prepared to play. How creative of offensive mind he is. So, but at the end of the day, that Tennessee game is very concerning for me. If he can just get these next two and we we got that last game, bro, at home, it more likely it's going to be a national stage against the Patriots, bro. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, but anyway, one game at a time, fellas. But I'm just looking forward to tonight, man, as a whole, bro. And hopefully we get a good showing by our team when we get the W tonight. So, fins up, gentlemen. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, I need that W in my life. Guys, I'll be back. So the game will be starting around, 8:15, 8:20? And
around there.
I'll be going live around 7:30-ish, so for a little bit of a pregame. And then, we'll do the damn thing and probably be a late night tomorrow with the post game. But, guys, we are not too far off. I mean, in 20 minutes, we will be, 17 hours away?
Yeah.
So,
roughly.
Let's go get that W, man. It's from 1-7 to 8-7, bro. Like, that's
Tua, we see you, bro. We see you.
Longest win streak since Marino.
Let's go.
We see you, bro.
Longest since Marino, yeah.
And this will be our first 7-game win streak in, and what's crazy is if we win this out and we finish on a 9-game win, like someone said, oh, you got to win 14 straight to win the Super Bowl. Like, that's how many games in a regular season in 1972. There's 14 games in 1972. Like, this is unheard of territory that we're starting to embark on. No team in the NFL history has started 1-7 and made the playoffs. So this is uncharted territory. I mean, for people asking, basically saying, it's playoffs or bust for Tua, just realize you're asking him to do something that's never been done before. So if he does it, if you're one of those people asking for it and he does it, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. But anyways, fins up. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's get this dub. Let's get this dub.
Yeah.